Ah, today's getting crazy somehow. Nothing's happened and the day's getting crazy. Ellie, please, be quiet. She is not being quiet. Alright, cool. We will figure out what we're gonna cast. Maybe Goblin Eber. Maybe that's the best option. Good to know that I'm just stressed a bit at the start of the stream. Nice. Yeah, maybe we just go Goblin Eber. Sure, why not? I'm down for it. Gives us something to cast. Let me see if they start, because they're in Europe. Steadfast is in that one. Okay, Steadfast is in Goblin vs. Eber. I'm gonna go into... Let's just do Arogfire Christiana. Cool. Alright. My Steadfast left the game. I didn't want Steadfast to leave me. It's okay. We're gonna go into Christiana versus Arogfire just to give us something to cast. Alright. Cool. Alright, we're getting there, guys. We're getting started. We're gonna have walkovers in like 7 minutes, which should be the last kind of crazy moment of the day. So we'll go Christiana versus Arogfire if it comes around. I'm waiting on Christiana to log in, but I'm sure we can figure that out. Sure. Why not? Yes, I'm sure we'll figure that out at some point. Yes, well, we'll just give it a moment because actually I don't mind just taking a moment to get in because like I said, I've got a couple of things going on that we need to try and sort, so that's okay. How is everyone doing? Thank you so much, Sinister and Fish1 coming in with the resubs just at the very start of the stream. I will begin to get you guys ready for this tree while I get other stuff sorted out. Cool. I think we should be good to actually begin. If Christiana's here. If Christiana's not here, then we're just probably going to jump into round 2. Some days it be like that, okay, guys? Some days it kind of be like that. Alright. Get over there. Let me tie a couple of decorations up because I think we're actually sorted out. We're just waiting to see if a player shows up or not. So yes, hello, how's everyone doing? Welcome to WardiTV Mondays number 15. 15th edition of this wonderful event. Thank you so much for all being here and hanging out with us. So glad to be here as well. Oh my god, Ellie, if you keep barking all day, I'm gonna just... Ay. She is having a right old bark. She's been barking all morning. She's now barking all night. But it's actually just afternoon, but I feel like she's going to be barking all night at this rate. She is absolutely on one right now. Cool. Alright guys, sorry for a little bit of a chaotic start, but I think we're getting going. Looks as though we do have Christiana and Arogfire here, so we can go into this. Perfect, let's do it. StarCraft resumes right now. Arogfire says that they are ready. Let's do this. Oh my goodness. Kind of a crazy day. Kind of a crazy day. Chill. Alright, Sinister Fish One, let's get you guys on the tree. Thank you so much for supporting the stream today. Appreciate you guys. Tree's not turned on. Fear not, we will fix that later. For now, let's just focus on getting into some StarCraft 2. Let's do it. And breathe. Alright, hello guys, welcome to WardiTV Mondays. So good to be here with you all. Genuinely very excited to once again have this awesome event that we continue to have each and every week. It's really nice that we can actually just be here bringing this event for you guys. Very happy to provide you guys the games. Hope you're all feeling good over on the YouTube as well. If you're over there, good to see you guys as well. Thanks for dropping by. As we head into Christiana in the top right and Arogfire in the bottom left. A little bit of PvP to start the day. 2 players which oftentimes play on our events, but we don't usually catch them because they're not always making it to the deeper stages. We're sometimes, looking at bigger names. So I think it is nice to catch these guys when we get the chance to, right? Grab them when we can. Enjoy some of their games, I think is always a good thing. What's up, Marine King on the YouTube channel? Hello to everyone else as well. Yeah, I kind of wanted to create a Griffin as solo, but solo's also playing a match, and yeah, maybe we can catch that for round 2. There's a gateway coming up, a couple gates coming online. Get steady here for just a few moments, get ready to rumble with our first little bit of action. Breaking out the probes, scouting about, of course, PvP. And this current metagame is actually pretty darn fun. It's been pretty interesting to watch it develop and people figure it out and everything, so it's been pretty enjoyable so far. Excited to see how this continues to go as we have ourselves the Cybercore and the Zealots and the Gateway all coming online here, so just bringing that up and running. Probe is going to go chasing that other probe, and we're going to hunt it down to the corner. The Zealot pops out, so that's going to come across here for a few moments as well. And yeah, probe's going to be moving about. There's a pylon going down, the Stargate building from Arogfire as well, so just going to get that up. And on the go here for a few moments, as we do have our Zealot and the probe, we'll just go nibbling up at that pylon and really try and make something of that, deal some damage, get some work done for the early stages. So the Nexus builds up, Warp Gate is on the way in. The Stargate is about to finish. Again, the Nexus coming through. The Stalker and the Warp Gate will continue to come about as well. And we do see some proxy action. So Christiana going to throw the gateway down on the other side of the map while Arogfire is expanding on the Stargate. Christiana will go, like I say, to the other side and throw down the gateway already. So just going to get that immediately into position, get that started up. So we'll take a few shots. Just going to be seeing the Oracle going to turn back around, push the Stalkers back the other direction. The Stalker's whacking, and another Stalker taking some hits. We are going to be seeing a couple of gates coming online from Christiana as well. So he is going to just power fully into this. Now we do send our Oracle out onto the map, so we're going to look for some counter damage here. There's Arogfire apparently, so just going to get that into play. Stalker's still trying to poke at the front. There's going to be one more Stalker there. As this battery is going to go down. So the Oracle arrives on the other side. Arogfire on this other side is going to be met by 2 Stalkers. The Void Ray now pops up, but I guess we have high ground batteries. Like I say, losing the low ground batteries is kind of sad. As we see those Stalkers running, a force field will kind of dictate which Stalkers can chase easily and which cannot. For at least a little bit here, so that will happen. Let's just see the couple of gateways still hanging about. The Pylon, Void Ray, Probe, Stalkers, all continuing up just for the moment as we do see our Stalkers going to continue to go after that Void Ray for a couple more moments. Trying to get anything extra done. And the Stalker's still just whacking their way through and just trying to break this. I mean, the fact we've got 2 Void Rays is nice. Is that going to be enough? As we do have the batteries running out of energy. There goes one of the Void Rays as well, getting low, and I don't think Arogfire is going to pull off the defense here. It's Christiana. It's just getting a little bit too much done right now. Alright, Christiana going to win this out. I'm just dealing with walkovers as well, guys, so apologies if I'm a little quiet here. Just sorting a couple of things out on the other screen, a couple of walkovers coming through for the moment. Alright, couple moments so we can get this ready to rumble. Into game number 2 of this series. Alright, Ultra Love loading on in. Christiana and Arogfire are going to be here. We get this set up to rumble. And as we count down 3, 2, and 1, GLHF gets called. Let's go into it. Let's see what happens as we have in the top right our red Protoss player Christiana, while in the bottom left down a game will be our blue Protoss player. This is Arogfire. Alright, let me, got people reporting scores to me as well, apparently, because reporting scores yourself is apparently old news. Bracket, please work. Today, the bracket was really being finicky, and it actually kicked multiple people out of the bracket as well, so I had that, that's why I was a little bit stressed coming in, because, like, people were getting kicked out of the bracket for no reason. It was a thing. So, yeah. A couple gates coming online, probes coming up. It's going to be seen as Zealots starting up. Cybercore's on the way on both sides as well, so we get that coming through. And the gateway and the probe coming online. Get that in the on the way. Gonna be seeing our probes obviously nibbling about here for a couple moments. Just gonna get that on the go as well. Nothing too crazy. Again, that Cybercore finishing up. Gateway gets the Stalker building up as well, so just gonna get that started. And that Zealot continues to chase the probe around for a few more moments. Yeah, I'm just gonna be trying to deny the block on the natural. Zealot and the probe coming about. There's a couple Stalkers coming in. The Warp Gate is building up. Robo Facility starting up on the side of Arogfire, so we get that on the go. And, yeah. Just take ourselves a few moments with that robo coming through. A little bit of setting up being done. Stalker and Zealot both chilling about. The Nexus coming up on both sides gives us a much more macro setup than what we had going in the previous game, at least. So, should be fun as well. Stalkers and the Warp Gate coming up. Just gonna have that Nexus on the way through. Also, just gonna get that all coming for the moment. As you have a hallucination, just gonna go moving about as well. Just gonna come over this side. Yeah, move back around the top. As the Immortal comes up, get that underway for a few moments. We have now a few Stalkers still gathering up in the main base. Just gonna get back over there. The couple of sentries gonna be there. Probe will get picked away at a little bit too. There's a couple of adepts continue to warp in, so we're just gonna have that going straight about as the nation moves over as well. So just gonna get straight moving with that one as well. I mean, move the hallucinations around. Twilight Council coming into play here. Continue to get set up for the moment. As our Stalker, Sentries, Immortal, Zealot all continue to gather together. Again, the Twilight Council about to finish on both sides. The hallucination moving about up in the skies as well. Let's just get all of that rolling here. Again, Stalkers, Sentries, and the Immortals. Pretty powerful little combo. Got to be careful of the Adepts. They're going to have the ability to move behind to try and find something. So they get straight into this natural expansion and try and make something happen here as the Adepts will go after some of the probes. And you're still shooting. The Adept gets back into the center of the map. The Stalker's still just gathering in. Again, Blink on the way up. The Prism is coming by. Still has a few units continue to move around as well. Obviously, you've got that one proxy on the left side. Christiana going to get pretty aggressive off the Blink play here in the near future. We'll set that up for ourselves in just a little bit as we go and knock it down. Some damage. So what's up, Nanny EL? How you doing? Thank you so much for the 8-month resub on the Prime. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for supporting. Let me we'll work on getting you on the tree as well. Thank you so much for the 8-month resub on the Prime. Thank you so much. Is Arogfire gonna come one way and Christiana is going to go the other, so we're going to see a pretty interesting little base trading scenario break out right there. As these two really do hit in different directions for the next few moments. Just going to see those Stalks continue to step up, and they're going to move into this natural. I mean, who has the better base trading army? I mean, I personally like Blink a lot for base trading. The mobility it gives you is obviously huge. We're actually going to recall home as Arogfire as he sees the need to actually play defense here. Recalls a few Stalkers and one Immortal. Is that enough? Forceful on the ramp traps a couple of units. Trying to make something happen there as well. Have you seen the Immortal on the other side is still left there as well, so that's a shame because it means that Arogfire likely loses it. 10 probes go down and Arogfire loses his Nexus. He just didn't do enough on the other side before recalling, unfortunately. He's going to end up in a very difficult position here. It's going to be very tough to handle. I think that's actually going to be close to GG. In fact, there it is, GG called, and that is going to be Christiana taking game number 2 and our first best of 3 of the day. So Christiana takes the opening matchup. We have Gumiho Lambo, Rogue Nightmare actually about a stock. Could be very cool. Or Solo Creator. Let's go to Korea and see which match we can get into. Actually, Solo might not be ready yet, because Solo had to play a a match that's not on the bracket because of the bracket issues. Yeah, that might not be immediately ready. Maybe we can get into Nightmare Rogue though. Yeah, let's do it. Cool. Start it up. Yo, around then bam, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Every time I see your name, I now have to do a double take, I swear down. Ay. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. I'm just gonna get Nanny EL on the tree here. Thank you so much, Nanny. Trying to navigate around the polar bears. Around then bam, thank you so much. Oh, someone's fallen on the floor. The rogue gift tag. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Going out to Stranger in a Strange Land. Please drink water 7, Super Brother, Legolas GER, and Zyanic. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Yeah, honestly, every time I see your name, I have to stop and because I feel like I figured it out last time, and then this time I was like, I've forgotten which way around it was, which way I figured it out and which way I messed it up. Can't win. Can't win. Ay. Whispers of Gold gonna be our first map here for Rogue Nightmare. We're gonna get into that. Let me get my admin account open again just so I can keep an eye out. Cool. Whispers of Gold, Ultra Love, and Leyline's gonna be the maps. Yeah, I know. Like it's I just it just makes so much sense to me for your name to be like around the barn. Oh yeah, just for myself life. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs, I appreciate it. I have no idea where to put you on the tree. We're pretty much on the last day of the tree anyway. We're not going to open any additional decorations. So we have, yeah, maybe like, I guess we have like 30 decorations left, so maybe not today, but we are at the tail end of decorating the tree. For sure. Not that I like to cut it off at certain points, just that, yeah. Just that it helps a bunch. Is anyone casting Christiana Hero? Helps a bunch. It's also, I also don't have any more, and I don't want to buy any more in advance, you know, because I'm just going to buy a bunch for next year, I guess, but I'll do that next year. Christiana Hero might be on Indie stream. He usually follows the Polish guys. I'm not sure if there's another Polish player in the bracket today, so that's a possibility. So yeah, not 100% sure. Yeah, you'll have to check that one out yourself. Yeah, that would be my best recommendation. Indie is nice. Alright, let's go into game number 1 of this best of 3 series. I actually think this is a really fun one, as we have in the top left. It's going to be Nightmare in the top left, and a Rogue in the bottom right to settle down into game number 1 of this best of 3. Looking good to get underway in these early stages. Alright. Nightmare Rogue. Another very fun matchup. I actually think another one which is going to be interesting to see pan out. Getting the simulators continuing online as well, so we just bring those into play. Just have our hatchery coming up, the Overlord is coming by as well. All of that coming in for the moment. Again, the gateway, the probe, the hatch, and the pool all coming online. So we'll just take a few moments to settle in. See what our plan will be. Got a Nexus down. Again, Hatch Gas and Pool coming up as well, so we bring all of that online here just for the moment. Get that settled. And let's just have our, again, Hatcher on the natural. Going to set up as well, so also going to get that into position as our Nexus and Cybercore will produce on through. The Assimilator coming up. Probe on the way out. And yeah, drone's just mining away happily here as we settle down in the early stages of this one. Bulling is going to pop out and they're going to make their way out and around the map as well. It's just going to try and see if they can get up to anything as they make their way across. Just going to be seeing that next still coming through also. And those couple of lings going to sneak their way up to the top side of the map as well. I'll see the lane just going to get attacked by the few probes there, so the few probes going to nibble in, just going to get some damage done. A couple of shots going off for a few moments. And Queen, drones, hatchery will continue to build up at the moment as we do see our Adept just gathering around as well, waiting for its chance to maybe push across and get something done. Rogue Nightmare is such a cool matchup. The kind of match I actually wanted to have for like the Christmas Eve games tomorrow, but unfortunately, Rogue never got back to me. I thought it'd be really cool because I actually think Nightmare is a very fun player that we've seen do well this year, but not necessarily completely. Yeah, he's done well this year, but not necessarily completely like. I say popped off, but like. He's had moments where he's been so good, and Rogue has been the same. He's also had moments where he's been so good, but the consistency from both has not been their strongest kind of, you know, accolades. So, yeah, I actually kind of like that they play each other here because it's kind of a match I wanted to see tomorrow. Yeah, so we are going to have WardiTV Christmas Eve games tomorrow, guys. The matchups are pretty fun. Trap versus Bunny, a Laser versus Estrella, Hearthstone versus Spirit, and Cure versus Nightmare. And then we have 8 different players playing the WardiTV Christmas Day games on Wednesday. On Christmas Day, we are going to have some great matches there. Opening with Gumiho versus Hero. That one's an actual bracket, so it starts with Gumiho Hero, Solar versus Clem, Shin versus Maxpax, and Beon versus Dark is a pretty hefty lineup, if you ask me. Should be some good fun. Looking forward to that. As the Oracle comes up, Twilight Council and the Nexus continue through for a few moments. Just gonna get that from the way. Again, Twilight Council Forge coming through. The Nexus about to complete. A couple of probies are coming in as well. So just bringing those probes up and online. As the Roach-Drone, the drones, and the Lings will continue in play as we speak. The few Queens are going to be there to turn the Adepts back away the other direction. Spellcall is going to hit the Oracles, which are going to try and go for a couple more drones, and will be good enough to get a couple of kills there. Multiple Oracles actually start going down, but now the Adepts get through, and multiple drones begin to drop as well, so a little bit more damage being dealt. We'll set up again, just going to be seeing that stasis ward coming down, so just get a stasis in position, make that a second one. Lings going to show up on the other side, going to jump onto the probes as well for a couple of moments, looking for a little bit more damage. Multiple more probes do continue to drop here, so damage being done. Again, Blinking at +1 coming online as we speak. Man, an upset. Psionic 2-1 over Ryung. That's a surprising result to me. And Psionic getting a little upset there. Is going to play Beon in the next round. Ryung has been a little bit of a stumbler lately. He's not quite had the consistency that we maybe think or know that Ryung can kind of get to a lot of the time. So hoping Ryung kind of finds his footing again gets back on track a little bit. There's going to be Overlord speed coming through. That Roach speed is coming about as well. So all of that coming through just for a moment or so. I think it's going to get caught in a stasis ward as you have again the +1 in the blink. Going to continue about also. The Roach speed coming up. The Queens are coming in. Again, there's a Drop Lord on the way through at the moment as well. As we see a bunch of aggression setting up from Rogue. Played some very aggressive styles in Masters Coliseum across the last few days when we were watching him over the weekend. Actually played a lot of aggression in the Masters Coliseum, so be interesting to see how he continues to play in this one as our Lings come about. Just going to jump onto that Nexus for a few moments and actually going to get a cancel there. Sir Wriggleson, my friend, thank you so much for the 32-month resub. Welcome back. Appreciate the big resub coming up to 3 years. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Let's do have a couple of robo facilities coming through. The gateway is coming online. The Nexus is still building as well. The Dropper Lord starts to go out across the map. So Dropper Lord moving over. Bunch of Lings getting caught. The Dropper Lord dies. Only one Queen got out. What a shutdown from Nightmare. My only concern for Nightmare is that he's defending the 4th base that does not have static defense ready to go already. And that could absolutely be a problem. So that may turn out to, like I said, be a little bit of an issue. There's a few shots coming through. The Ravagers continue to hit those Stalkers. Damage definitely being done in a fairly sizable manner right now as we just have a few Lings and Ravagers still coming across. Continue to make their way about here. You see the rest of the Lings showing up as well. So again, some damage being done. For a moment or two. So we just continue to fight, and we will see our Zealots and Stalkers trying to stand up to the test. And a few Zealots charging after that Ravager for a few moments. +2 attack, Immortal and Robo Bay. All of that continues online here at Baneling Nest. Additional Roaches, +2 melee upgrade, like I say, all coming through. The extra Ravagers online as well very shortly, as our Stalkers will go after and finish off another Overlord. Overlord starts to morph into an Overseer as our Robo Bay continues online. The Observer in production, and with the defense made as Nightmare, I feel like his position in this game is definitely going to be taking a turn for the better. So he's going to be pretty happy with where he will be at as our Ravagers. They'll knock their way through some rocks opening up in the middle of the map. Those rocks will go down, just seeing the Ravagers continue to drop some corrosive vials in. As we have Stasis Ward in position, again the +1 armor, the couple Colossus will continue to come about as well as we see additional Zerglings producing 2 more sentries also coming about. And get all of that underway as the Lings sit in those Drop Lords, waiting for their chance to maybe just maybe make something happen as well. It'll be fun to see what they get up to. Send Thermal Lance, 2 more Colossus, just going to be seeing the +1 missiles, Infestation Pit, all of the rest being brought into play as well. I see a lot more Lings and that Hive coming through as well, so you get some bits and pieces set up. Just gonna have ourselves +1 missiles coming over. Just gonna see those Lings really trying to dive forward. Just gonna come through. The Rogue sending it and gets a fair amount. I mean, we're talking about a situation where you've gotten rid of 2 Colossus, so it almost feels like there's hope again. I feel like without those Colossus skills, you do not have hope, but with them, it definitely feels like a chance, right? This couple Drop Lords will Continue to sit about. Stasis Ward coming up. The Stalker's gathering. Banes also arriving. There's a few more Banes that will morph in. Those Banes will move about a little bit. Lingvein Ravager moving around. Just going to see a Stasis Ward catching a group of units already. Now it's going to be seeing those Banes crashing into the top side as they're going to force their way through. The battery goes down. This mineral line is going to be in trouble. All those Zealots going to get crushed. The probe's going down as well. Another good set of cleanups there. And you do see a warping into the main base also coming by as it really feels as though Nightmare is just in too much trouble. I really felt like the initial hold for Nightmare was very good and then just has struggled to keep going. Obviously Rogue at this point is looking fantastic. We are in a on the way to a couple of Vipers, which is what he needs against the Colossus. So if you can then deal with the Colossus, they're the biggest threat to you on this map, right? So if you can handle those, I don't think we have any further problems. And I just think we're very comfortable here, very happy. Stalker's going to come blinking across once again as they try for a little bit of action, but should not be able to find too much just yet as the Adrenal Gland starts up as well. Vipers, Roaches, Lings, and Banes all being brought onwards. Colossus and Temple Archives coming up as we speak. And yeah, just gonna get that Ling Roach Bane coming through. The Ling's gonna get there. A couple of Zealots get taken down. +3 melee, and the Adrenal Glands coming up as well. So again, a few more things that we can continue to build into. Once again, the +3 melee and Adrenal Glands will give us even more powerful Lings. And that just lets us stay even more powerful in this game in general, so it's going to continue to feel great. As the Colossus and the Observer continuing online. And a few High Templars are coming up. A couple of those Archons morphing in. Again, the Adrenal Glands and the +3 melee all coming through for the moment. We just have that Colossus still putting some work in as well, trying to keep some units pinned back and pinned away as best they can. Gonna drop another Stasis Ward into place as our mortals continue through, and again, Ling Ravager. Adrenal Glands, some +3 melee. All those upgrades that come around as well here, continuing into play as well. Nexus gets killed / cancelled, so that will be picked away at. And the rest of this Roach Ravager Link Force continue to get going. There's the Abduct on the Colossus. We get rid of one Colossus. The feedbacks are good to deny the other Abduct, but doesn't really need to do much more than what we've already done there, as Rogue just has the numbers and is going to come bouncing through to take this game #1 of the best of 3. One Colossus still alive is nice. Like I say, that other Vibe again, feedback definitely affects you there. Makes it a little bit tougher. There's the Oracle activating, still chasing down the Ravagers. Ling's going to get around onto those Zealots as well. The Colossus is going to fire back, but Nightmare has to say GG. This one is indeed just going to come to a close just like that. And Rogue takes game 1 of the series. So Rogue opening up nicely as we'll head ourselves into game 2 in a couple of moments. Get that on the way as well. Alright, game 2 going to be on Ultra Love. Sir Wriggleston, thank you so much for the resub. Thank you very much indeed. Wow, I see an empty branch. How have I not seen that one before? Crazy. It was right there. Alright, countdown starting up. I'm going to get this on the way. Sorting an admin thing out, guys. Don't mind me for a moment. Head on into game number 2. As we have in the top right our blue pro display. It is going to be Nightmare. In the bottom left, our red Zerg is going to be Rogue. Game 2 then of this series is Rogue. Like I said, did not look great to start out with there, but I was able to get a little bit back on track after a little bit, so not so bad. Not too troubling in the end. So we see our nexus in the gateway, the assimilator as well, will continue to come about. We just get ourselves match gas pool underway. Apparently I forgot to run ads, guys. I'm sorry, they're going to overlap a little bit here on the Twitch right now, so apologies. As Overlord is just going to come scouting over though, and Rogue is going to go for a little bit of information gathering here. Overlord chilling, Adept on the way out, just going to continue to bring that through for a couple of moments. Yeah, Pro just continues back across for a moment now. As we do have ourselves the link speed coming up, so everything looking fairly settled for the time being. Just gonna have ourselves the Overlord coming through. Twilight Council, the tech trees from Nightmares. Not gonna play Stargate, gonna play Twilight and probably try and take control of this game into his own favor. And Twilight Council coming up, the probes and the Adept on the way in. Warp Gate continues over to link speed is producing. And we just have ourselves the couple of queens in the hatchery. The drones as well will continue to come about. And Dark Shrine coming through with the gateway. Coming up as we speak, so it's going to be a little bit different from Nightmare. Going to be that DT drop, obviously it turns into Archon drop as well. So you have a few different ways to harass in the initial stages of the game, so definitely something you can look at and take advantage of in that regard right from the start. And those couple gates are going to finish. We've got an Overlord that's going to take a few shots of damage too. So a few hits coming about, the Overlord gets pushed over towards the bottom side, going to get pushed into the middle of the map for a few moments even. Because again, that blink coming up, the Rotron coming in. Nexus is coming online, the few Lings are going to come about, they're going to get a grab on that Stalker as well, so just going to be able to pick that off very easily. The Stalker moves back over into position for the moment as well. As Overlord continues into the main base, just going to come straight by. And we do have our gateway, our Nexus, our blink upgrade coming through as well. So all of that coming online here as the Overlord continues across. Going to get the OV, so the OV will indeed fall. And again, our gates and our forge continue to come up at the moment from Nightmares. So getting those up and rolling. And again, the blink coming through, the sentries on the way. All those gates and that forge, like I say, continuing up as well. So we just bring all of that into play at the moment, getting that all online. Hallucination flies into the main base to also try and see what else is going on. So you set up over in some corners, the extra gates coming through, the additional drones are building from Rogue as well. Rogue will slowly finishing up. I mean, in the end, Nightmare just sort of sits here and says, well, cancel my Dark Shrine, kind of jig my plans, got figured out, and so now we just have to reset ourselves, basically, as this game definitely not quite going the way that he was originally planning, that much is certain. Cannon, probes, observer will continue and come on into play. Add the prism in, and maybe Nightmare can start getting across the map for some pressure, or maybe he just sits back. Rogue heads into his Hydras, going to be using those as the majority of his army to begin with, it would seem. Again, Robo just popping out a couple of units. You've seen the +1 missiles and the groove spines on the way in, 9 Hydras, bunch of Lings all coming out as well, so all of that continues to go for now. Swords will be there, push the Lings back the other direction. We'll get chased away too as our prism continues to come over. Robe and Robo Facility both coming online tonight. Maybe we'll show some other tech, but Rogue is happy to tech as well. Infestation Pit and Lurker Den says, hey, let's go later game. He's going to get everything he needs to get the Lurkers online, so he'll get that set up for himself for the foreseeable future. And just sort of see what we can do from there. This is the current plan of action. I didn't know a Stalker could be... Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Stalker on that Watchtower. Never really see the Watchtower being used in Old Love, but yeah, the Stalker can just kind of... Wow, that's actually kind of funky. I never really truly like paid attention to the Watchtower here, but like it's actually kind of interesting, huh? That Stalker able to sit on it, so... It's also specifically kind of interesting because obviously it's one of those bases where it's like, well, does that really do anything? And you look and you're like, nah, not really. Like the Watchtower is such a later game thing, but it actually does help Nightmare defend that top base, I suppose. So yeah, I guess that is not as crazy as I immediately thought. I'm just going to be seeing our Hydras and so moving over. Have our units all moving around in the middle of the map. Just going to be seeing the Stalkers and the Sentries gathering up as well. The Colossus will be there for us to gather up with. Roach, Hydra, Ling, all again just going to go poking about here for a little bit, looking to deal some damage for foreseeable future. As it just have the +2 attack, the Immortals on the way. We've even got a Stargate coming through, so definitely thinking about some later game setups here from Nightmare in the near future as well, I would imagine. Makes a lot of sense as well. The rest of these units continue to move about as a couple of Spine Crawlers will start. Our Spire comes through. Lurker getting that Seismic Spines brought up as well, so we just get a little extra up and running. Just gonna go and knock our way through this set of rocks. At least try to open up the rocks. I think Rogue in general was kind of happy to let this map become a little bit larger here and a little bit bigger. As the units will work through the first set of rocks already, so that will go down. And it's got a couple of Zelds trying to fight against that hatchery. The Lings are going to come back over too. I've seen the Stalkers trying to fight through the Lurkers, and the Lurker's actually going to take quite a lot of damage already as Nightmare tries to push his way through this, but is not going that well, I don't think. It's going to be seeing the rest of the Ling Hydra coming back over. Set ourselves back down for a few moments once again. Just get that back up in these early stages. Well, the Zard's going to continue to swipe and dice their way forward. We've seen the Nexus coming through. It's going to be a double expansion actually from Nightmare at the moment, so going to get a lot done here in the immediate kind of future. Coming straight on with that. Rogue's going to show up as well. They're also going to go put some pressure on. We have another 90s coming up to the top side. Zealot's also trying to charge into this and stay as active as possible here for the moment, as our Zealots really do wrap around those roaches. The Hydra all going to go down. Melee upgrade and the +3 missiles continue to come up right now. Lurker's getting into the back. I love the Nidus network when it's able to slip in like this. It does a lot for you. It's a mistake from Nomad to let that really happen. Is again, our Lurkers will continue to shoot, and there's Pangolins going down. The Wolf Gates will continue to take some damage as well. We'll be seeing the Hydra's going to hit the top left-hand side. Rogue definitely just trying to cause chaos, not just in this matchup, but in pretty much all the matchups we've seen of him lately. That seems to be his goal: cause chaos and just try and prosper from said chaos. Has been his approach for a while now in the series that we've been watching of him. He's going to be seeing these Immortals trying to push up here, but obviously pushing up through this choke point is not exactly fun, it's not exactly pretty. And it is costing you a lot as the Lings get the Nexus in the top left-hand side as well. Rogue really, again, like I say, causing chaos and being everywhere. Like I say, that was so much of what he tried to encapsulate in his PvZs in the Masters Coliseum this weekend, but was not quite able to really kind of see that through to the end, I guess. I mean, to be fair, it had potential. I think when we were watching his games, we could see how he was able to take control, and he actually played a great game that was just like this against Maxpax, which was super aggressive all over the map, consistently being just super feisty the entire way through. So we have seen examples of it working as well. As the couple of Archons going to come through there. Colossus will help to clean up a little bit where possible. Now just coming up, Highland will get pushed back. We have ourselves a couple of carriers, and the everything else continuing to again settle through here for. Oh, sorry guys, Ellie is trying to play, and I'm like, Ellie, you are absolutely you are she needs attention today apparently, is what she's telling me, but unfortunately she can't always get attention. But she doesn't seem to understand this. Sorry, get distracted by the puppet. Lurkers and Hydras keep stepping through. It's going to be seeing the units going to step forward a little bit. So they're going to make their way forward as well. It's going to be seeing a couple of Lurker shots coming about, hitting the Colossus. I mean, we are going to dive forward with the Hydras as well, lunging through. I actually always think it's very fun when these Hydras lunge forward. I think it's such a cool little, like, haha, here we go, we got this, and then they just like pop forward and go do their thing. Like I say, there's something pretty neat about it, as we are going to see. This Colossus goes down, Rogue is over 100 supply ahead. It looks as though he is comfortably going to take this series. Rogue is going to move on forwards. His EVP does look good. I mean, honestly, at the start of the last game, I was a little worried for him. It makes it work out. Rogue will play Shin or Goblin. I actually think I'd be more interested in either Solar versus Beon or Psionic, or Hero versus Gumiho or Lambo is a pretty fun one in the round of 8 as well. Maxpax Rex, Classic Skills is going to be very PvP heavy up there. Yeah, I think we're targeting one of those two quarterfinals, basically, I think is where we're at. So yeah, probably targeting one of those two quarterfinals in the next round for ourselves. And it's really just a case of how soon does Beon finish up, or how soon does Gumiho Lambo finish up, both of which are excellent questions. And we will endeavor to figure out, let's say, what the solution is. Dog cam, please. Oh, she's just walked away. Otherwise, I would gladly put her on webcam for a moment. But she's gone. If she comes back, I'll give you guys a puppy cam. All right, all right. I'm gonna get going in a moment as we settle into this. Get ready to go. Cool. What are we gonna do? That really, like I say, depends on which matchup is ready first. I guess I go to NA and watch for both of those other series in the round of 16, and then we'll see which ones are ready first to come into the round of 8. Yeah, I guess that's not a bad way to do things. Let's have a peek. Let me have a look at the other streams. Indy is waiting. Steadfast is covering Shin Goblin. Rex is playing. Inu was just in the series with us. Okay. Well, at least we know where all of that stuff is. Something. Yeah, it kind of really just depends on Beon and Lambo Goblin and Beon versus Psionic. I'd imagine Beon Psionic finishes sooner, but we will just wait and find out, basically, guys. So we'll just sit and wait and see what we get, and then we'll just take whichever quarterfinal is available. It's good to not be picky, you know? Being picky makes you wait, so in this scenario, we'll just take whatever comes about. Amazing. Drop some likes, absolutely. Would love it if you drop some likes on the YouTube stream. Help people find the channel. Tell YouTube that you think we should be promoted to the wider audiences of the website. Appreciate that. How are you guys doing? How's everyone feeling? So much for joining us. Ascalon UK, thank you so much for the 59-month resub. It's a big one. Get you on the tree. Get you on the tree. Thank you so much for nigh on 5 years of support. It's amazing. As the years go by, it's crazy how so more big resubs just continue to happen, you know? Crazy that we've been doing this so many years as well, just in general. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. Thank you so much for the 59 months. Welcome to the WardiTV. Ooh. Man, I'm noticing so many empty branches today. I don't know, I feel like I've got like a different eye on the tree than usual. Yeah, both of our potential games. Okay, Gumiho Lambo just came out of game, actually. So we might be able to get winner of Gumiho Lambo versus Hero, or we can get into the next game of Gumiho Lambo if they have another game to be played. So that is a possibility for us. They just played like an 80-minute game number, whatever it was. So let's see if they go back in game or not. See if they upload a result. We will take either or. Not going into another game, it seems. But also not posting their result. Oh, lovely. I will just guess what you guys are doing then. Brilliant. We'll give it a moment or so, guys. Give it a moment or so. I'm still in the chat channel as well, so it's very possible they're just taking a moment before they host game 2, or they're just discussing what the map's meant to be, or something to that effect. Craziest. It would not be the craziest thing we've ever heard of in a tournament. So yeah, we'll just give it a few moments, guys, trying to figure this out. Still nothing. How many months to get on the tree? Any sub goes on the tree. Any sub that you use yourself, Prime or whatever, with gifted subs, if you get gifted a sub, you can ask to go on the tree. I just don't write a decoration out for every single gifted sub. Obviously, sometimes that can just take a long time. And then people just aren't even here, they don't really care. If you subscribe, you go on the tree. I mean, you might subscribe and not care anyways, but not as bad then. When you have to like write out like 20 in a row anyway. Mm-hmm. Hero's just relogged over. I think it is going to be Hero Gumiho. Oh, Beon Solo is also going to happen. Should we do Beon Solo, some TVZ? You guys down for that? Would that be okay with you guys? I think Beon Solo would be pretty fun. I don't know what's going on with the Gumiho Lambo, but I'm gonna hop on over to Korea and go Beon Solo because that's just ready to go in the round of 8. So and just get that round of 8 started immediately. That makes sense. No point waiting around if you don't know what's happening on the other series. I think Gumi Hero or Lambo Hero would be fun to watch, but yeah, in the interest of just going, it is going to be Gumiho Hero. Actually, it is set in the bracket now as Gumiho Hero, so what do we prefer, Beon Solo or Gumiho Hero? They're both fun series. Actually a tough one to pick between. Let's just do Beon Solar. Yeah, we'll do Beon Solar, and then we can go from there. Perfect. Give me a hero play as well. Steadfast or so might pick that up. There's a bunch of different games going on, guys. There's a bunch of different streams covering as well, so you guys can catch all of that. We will do the TVZ here. We get this ready to go in just a couple of moments. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So it looks like Steadfast will take Gumiho versus Hero. Cool. Let's get this ready to go, guys. StarCraft resumes in just a few moments. Videos are happening between Beon and Solar as we speak, so that is going on. Progress being made. Stuff is taking place. We will be away real soon, guys. Again, thanks for your little bit of patience. Trying to make sure everything is running smooth. Don't have any problems building up at all. Alright, Eldorado going to be the opening map here, so we can get into Eldorado. Get this straight up and rolling. And yeah, kick this into game, guys. Thank you for, like I say, a little bit of patience just so we're getting ready. Swap the players around. And we can go into this. The guys are chatting away, so should be ready any moment to go into this one. Like I say, start this off. GGs and go-go's are being called, so it does not look like it'll be very long at all. Kick this into play, and away we are gonna go. Beautiful. Alright, let's do this, guys. Well, give me who heroes in the Christmas Day games too. Yep. It's, you know what, I actually, in a way, I kind of didn't want to cast it, maybe, because I'm like, well, maybe it's one of those things where I cast that game already. And so it's like, what if I accidentally spoil it somehow? I'm like, didn't this happen the other day? You know? So, yeah. Bottom right is going to be our blue Terran player. This is Beon. And the bottom left, our red Zerg player is going to be Solar as we kick off into the quarterfinals of this WardiTV Monday event. Thank you for joining us. Good to see you all. And let's get this going. Yeah, next couple of days, guys. Christmas Eve games tomorrow. That will be a live cast of replay games. So the games are already played, but we will be casting the games live. On Wednesday, on Christmas Day, that is going to be a broadcasted version of the Christmas Day games where I've already casted all, but it will be presented as a live broadcast. So this Christmas Day game is going to be a lot of fun. We've done it every year the last couple of years. It's been great. I'm going to be doing it again this year because it's just that much fun. It's that awesome. So yeah. Amazing. As we get a few drones manning away just to start us off. Practicing the gas. Coming online. As we get settled in. Game number 1. This best of 3 series. Beon and Solar. Eldorado for the map as well. Definitely one where we can already maybe think about the fact that, you know, these guys are players that like to go long into the game. So there's definitely some possibility of interesting things happening there. So maybe that's something we'll watch out for a little bit too. These guys have been chatting kind of the entire way since they started videoing, so Beon and Solar always very chatty, and it's going to be no different today as they make some discussion through the early stages of this one. Of command center going down, reprinting the command center, the orbital command all coming up as well, so just bring all of that through. for the moment. So far, so good. Just have ourselves the CC coming up. Again, the Marine and the SCV on the way by. Factory will start up now as well, so just going to get that going immediately. And the Reaper hopping in straight to the natural. It's going to come straight through as we're going to fire a few grenades off, a few shots as well. Zerglings begin to take some damage, so a few hits coming about for the moment there. Going to see that link speed and a couple of drones continue to come over. So we've seen the Queen going to be there. Reaper will continue to take some hits, some more damage being done. Command Center coming up, Factory on the way. And these guys still chatting while they still chatting as we go, basically. TLDR. Not stopping for anything, not even for a little bit of Reaper micro. Not even for a little bit of Reaper micro. You type GLHF and miss a macro cycle. Yeah, I know. I'm the same. I've got no idea how they do this. Like, to me, this is absolutely ridiculous that they're still just talking. Like, it's outrageous that they can do that and then apparently not make any mistakes at all. Yeah. Like, I can show you how to do this extremely incorrectly. Hellions, the Marine coming out, Command Center, a couple SCVs coming along as well. So all of that continues to come through for the moment. I see the couple of Hellions going to move about and try and take some position for a couple of seconds at the very least. It's going to be seeing those Hellions then still staying very much so on the move. And yeah, Stimpack coming online, the Liberator, Hellions, Marine all continue to come up as well, so we just bring all of that through for the moment. A lot of getting going, very much so still the case right now as our Queens will also gather together. It's going to have our Hellions moving up too, still stepping forwards. And we just look to kind of see if either of these guys want to end up kind of fighting each other for the foreseeable future, but I don't think there's going to be much fighting at all. I think there's going to be pretty chilled out and calmed down for, like I say, the early moments at the very least. I don't think anyone has a reason to go diving into the other or causing any trouble, so I think we're just going to sit back for a little while. Liberator up as well, so a little bit more harassing potential in that regard at least, so more things to think on there. You see the continued little bits of damage being done. Upgrades and the Stimpack continue to come online. And again, just going to see our Raxes and our gases coming up as well, so again, so far a little bit of everything coming on through here. You have the Liberator on the top. Also going to make its way across. Those couple of SCVs will go and open up the bottom side of the map, which is where we have our expansion going to initially. So expansion getting into place right there. Get that in position. And away we are, truly going. In this one. We've seen those Hellions continue to go through a little bit more of the creep, so again, just trying to pick their way through some of the tumors. Beon trying to control the top side of the map, while like I say, he's expanding and building into the bottom side of the map in general, so getting that all on the go. Here's the siege tank just gather up, the armory continues to come through as well, so we continue to do that in position right now as the 1-1 upgrades and the combat shields continue to come into play. Hellions will fight those Queens for a few moments as well. Again, 1-1 upgrades, combat shield, everything building onwards just for the moment as we set up into this one for now. Just going to be having ourselves the Again, Infestation Pit coming through. The hatchery is coming online. So again, a little bit of everything being brought into play. Both players kind of, I mean, we're accelerating towards the later stage of the game. Beon is going to push to the top, but with so much control already taken here from Solar, I'm not sure there's going to be that much of an opportunity really available, to be honest. So we see now Marine's going to start fighting. We're just going to start dishing out some of the damage already, so we'll provide some shots down on this bottom side. The hatchery will end up getting cancelled, so I'm going to go through with that. And now see now Ling's going to start slipping through to the other side of the map as well. So just going to come straight across. Series gather back together, just going to be seeing our siege tank find a way. A couple of queens will take some shots as well and continue to come through and pack a little bit of a punch, if nothing else. As say, Beon trying to hold some position on the top side as Solar's about to get to his hydro den, and we kind of feel like the inevitability here is that Solar will get to lurkers. That's kind of how Solar plays these games. That's how it goes with Solar. 9 times out of 10, it feels like. Marine's still stepping through. Just going to be trying for a little bit extra, and once again trying to get some more damage done. It's going to be seeing the Ling still coming about as well, as they will go and play wraparound. I'm just going to be forcing those Marines to load back into the medevac. So back into the medevacs we go. Marine tank caliber just all continuing across to the other side here. A couple of the crypt teamers will go down again, so just going to immediately find some more damage. It's going to be seeing the Ling Bane will continue to run up right now as you see a couple of siege tanks in good position. We'll be able to turn that around, in fact, and that will go a good portion of the direction towards helping you to, again, keep Solar pinned back on this map here in El Dorado. Doing your best to just stop him from, like I say, achieving too much over the course of this. Train's gonna move through in the medevac. I mean, Beon is desperate to try and get something done. He's attacking on the bottom side now as well, so he's really looking to try and draw this map out a little bit. So yeah, Beon making this pretty creative so far. Getting set up and seeing if he can potentially, like I say, see some successes. He does get this hatchery on the bottom side. Solar punching through a little bit too late with the rest of his units, so unable to do as much as he might like to there. Feels like he was maybe looking for a little extra and maybe even saving the base in time. That obviously does not happen. Not ideal. Now the Banes crash in, the medevac's going to have to lift up, and they're going to have to run away once again as the Hydras and the Banes and the Lings come through. The siege tank's going to get chased. Okay, and Hydra Force really is just going to keep swinging through. Fire comes back once again. Even more damage being aimed for is just going to be seeing Beon keeps the pushes going. At this point, 3-3 on the way up. But like I say, we're getting to the point where I feel like Solar is at his most comfortable, which is Lurkers are on the way out. Even getting the cheeky little Hydra upgrade out in here as well, you know. So I do feel like we're not far away from seeing Solar really hit his comfort zone. I think this is going to happen sooner rather than later, to be honest. As the few drones still gather up. Actually going to see Solar again to the Nidus network as well, which I think is a pretty big deal too. Continue to have our medevacs moving around the top side, so again away we go for a couple of moments. Getting set up say, continuing to keep the action going. 11 lurkers on the way, a couple of overseers coming about as well. Just to be seeing the bio stepping forward. So those lurkers going down immediately as the Widow Mine shots are going to go toward the Baneling. It's just going to chase that down. And the Ling Bane going to be there as well. So continue to drop around, man. Beon just so aggressive. Look at his unit count as well. Like, it's almost purely bio units. He's starting to add some ghosts in now. He has a couple of Widow Mines, but like I said, just almost pure bio, which is where he gets the numbers from to do this. Surely those two Marauders could have turned around and hit that hatchery. I feel as though that was a given that we kind of just forgot to put the finishing touch to on Beon's side, unfortunately. So a little bit of a mistake there, arguably, as the lurkers get burrowed up. Going to come pushing the other direction again. Push straight back across. Yeah, we've got our +3 upgrades coming through, +3 carapace coming up as well. And the SCV is already pre-pulled to repair an engineering bay. Oh, just forgot to go back after repairing an engineering bay previously. One way or the other, whichever it is. What's going on is Beon is back in the main base. Solo just trying to sustain 5 bases, even taking the base towards 12 o'clock, which is not a typical base you take, but maybe is one that can be more easily defended. Doesn't have a lot of creep near it though, so it does worry me if Beon gets a larger push going. That said, Beon has a lot of his units on the bottom side. The Overseers die, so we snipe all of those down, and that's always a good pickup because Overseers are not cheap. They're not easily replaced, honestly, so I do think that'll be an interesting little notation to keep track of as well, as we see a couple more units getting popped, the changelings disappearing there. Ling Bane, Hydra Lurk are going to come down, and they're actually just going to crash into and break down the planetary fortress. Oh, the rocks get dropped, so Beon is going to keep those units there. And then what? What's the follow-up to that? That they're trapped? I mean, you either break through the rocks, in which case Beon deals damage to you during that. Solar is going to have to evacuate with the Nidus network, as those units will make their getaway. Rocks to the left and rocks to the right, and Solar's just like, okay, I will Nidus my way out of here. What a funny situation that one was. Yeah, that was a pretty unique little scenario. You don't see those ones every day. Do not see those ones every day. Jeez. Well, some more rocks will come into trouble here, as we do have Beon just going to open up this extra area and look to kind of get his command center onto this gold location. Solar is still playing very comfortably through the top of the map. Beon will see that base on the 12 o'clock, as we were mentioning before, and he will try and play the denial on it now as he steps up to it. The few Zerglings coming in from the other side. Baneling's going to start showing up as well. Medivacs play lift up. We get away for the moment, no issues. Again, +2 missiles, +3 melee. Additional Zerglings all coming out. Marine Marauder Medivac, the Ghost and the +2 vehicle plating coming up. So that will come online as well. So a few extra lurkers going to burrow. They're going to hit a sensor tower, knock that down, as the bio gets another lurker there very comfortably. And +2 missiles, +3 melee continue to come over as the couple of Widow Mine shots going to go off, and the Overseer force is going to end up taking some damage on that one. Bio still pressing through the hatchery on the top side. The orbital commands will be going down. Extra Banes morphing in. A couple of Queens being picked away at. Ling Bane continues to come through. The Medivac still taking damage as our Bio Force will continue to engage forward. I mean, having to lift up the gold base, you're going to lose a little bit of that economy straight away, but survivable situation for sure. Survivable as Hydra Ling Bane still stays there. I mean, I guess it is a problem for Beon if you do not manage to kind of step further forward. He did deny the 12 o'clock, so Solar's only on 5 bases. Where does Beon go? I mean, yeah, I guess Beon has to kind of just get the gold base and the 6 o'clock down. I think if he doesn't get that gold base down, he's in trouble. That CC burning but does not fall, is kept alive, if only just here at the very end. Another CC going to take position. A couple of Vipers, the few Zerglings all continuing into play. More shots coming about here and there. Again, the rest of the army chasing up. The watchtower is going to get cleared out as well as the bio units move through there, so it's going to be some easy movement. +3 missiles building. The Nidus again getting knocked down. I think a good little cleanup for the moment is just going to be seeing Ling Bane Hydra still pressing through. Just Ghost around the back, continue fire as well. Quite a lot of those links still going down. Ghost still trying to do the snipes wherever they possibly can at the moment, although it's not going to be good enough, and Solar is just going to end up running this one through in his favor. So Solar just really kind of holding on. Beon was super aggressive, and then Beon just could not take any of the later game trades and really take any of those into his favor and just takes some pretty rough fights. That gives you a GG. And heads us into a game 2 on Neon Violet Square coming up in a couple of moments. That's our WardiTV Mondays edition 15. Continues in. Again, we are guaranteed, by the way, guys. We've already discussed it with people. WardiTV Mondays will continue throughout January, so just I'll mention that WardiTV Mondays will resume all the way until the end of January at the very least. So that's up to 20 editions of the WardiTV Mondays. We're getting to half a year, guys. We're getting up to half a year. Ay, ay, ay. Little ridiculous. A little bit ridiculous. A little bit ridiculous. Surely soon, we get some news about StarCraft 2's future. Solo is Terran, so we're just going to have to re-host this one, guys. It will take an extra moment or so. We'll get this into game. Kept Beon 3 bases for everyone. No, he actually had 4 bases. Because Beon had the 4th. It was the 5th. It was the 5th he denied. Obviously, in the end, he forced the gold base to lift off, right? But that is, like I say, the 4th of Beon. Yeah, Beon kind of just got stuck on bases and couldn't move through the bottom any further. And Solar did a good enough job, obviously, maintaining economy on the top side of the map to be good there. So, yeah. Well played by Solar. Well played. Full round of 8 is set up, by the way. Maxpax beat Rex and Skillis beat Classic. So it's Maxpax Skillis in the round of 8. They keep playing lately. Gun versus Solar, Hero versus Gumiho, and Shin versus Rogue. So a guaranteed non-mirror matchup semi-finals, I believe, because the mirror matchup on each side is accompanied by players of the other race playing each other in a non-mirror next to them in the composing quarterfinals. So that's kind of funny that that's worked out like that. As we head into the top left corner, our red Terran player here from the Shopify Rebellion is Beon. He takes on the blue Zerg in the bottom right corner of the map. From Falcons, we have Solar. This is the first time you've ever seen Rox actually do anything. We had a pretty great Rock moment not so long ago where it was actually the same map, Rogue versus Beon. I actually made a YouTube short out of this. And it was basically Rogue's banelings hit the rocks when they were trying to engage Beon's army, and so the rocks fell and actually saved Beon's force, I think, and it actually killed a few units as well. It was crazy. So yeah, rocks do sometimes have a role to play. They do sometimes do stuff. Believe it or not, they do sometimes do things. Extract coming up. We get underway. Yeah, I think Solar is Expert was a team way back when that Beon was a part of. They were the only thing I remember about this team was like they had like an orange logo. But he was also like Bly was in this team as well. They were a team for a little while. I want to say like around the 2016 era of StarCraft 2. Like around the era of kind of some need dominance. Ling's coming up, Ling's on the way. Let me take a couple moments to set up here. Yeah, Scarlet and Bly, exactly. That's like exactly who it was. You can say these two very happy to chat around with MMA for a while. Yeah, did Asa become Team Expert? Was that what it was? I was thinking this. I was like, I feel like it used to be Team. I feel like it used to be. that's not the one I'm looking for. Yeah, they used to be... Oh, wow. Oh, wow, this team changed so much. So they used to be Team Acer, then they became Team Expert, then they became the Tollens Lions. And then I guess they... Apparently within 3 months of becoming the Tollens Lions, they disbanded. Damn, so it was kind of like Acer into Expert into another organization. I never remember them being the Lions, actually, I'm not gonna lie. Damn. Team Acer used to be so good, like MMA, Nurture, Innovation. Like, those guys were so good, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was a good team, the StarCraft 2 team back then. That was a good StarCraft 2 team back then. StarCraft 2 history is a wild one, isn't it? Always fun to kind of look back on it and think about all these teams that we used to enjoy watching and all these players we used to kind of love keeping eyes on and stuff. Liberator, Hellions continue to come across just for the moment as we have a couple of Hellions continue to move around. Going to be seeing the Stimpak coming in, the SCVs are still producing. And again, a few drones, a couple of Queens continue to come online as well for the moment. Just getting a lot of that up and rolling for the moment. Underway. Going to be having our Liberator continuing up as well, so we get that on the go, we bring that through. We have a couple of evolution champs coming through as well. Drones continue to come about as the Hellions will be there to try and fight back a little bit as well. Siege's Queen going to be there, fight that Liberator off a little bit as well. And +1 upgrade, Stimpak coming through. Means the Hellions just going to take some shots again. The 1-1 upgrades. Combat shield continue to come about. Gonna have ourselves a Liberator again back. The Undivided Square, big map, definitely kind of map we could maybe see a long game on. There's a lot of defendable positions because of the little squares that kind of create really weird kind of movement for units to kind of come through them, so... I'm gonna shoot, Lings go down. Yeah, this kind of area here is something you can kind of set up behind as the Terran, but then it's very difficult to kind of get beyond that point. I think is oftentimes the issue, basically, so... Let's see what takes place. Again, a couple of depots coming up. We got this going. Marines on Medevac still moving about. Yo, what's up, Fly Jack? And thank you so much for the 22-month resub on the Prime. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hellbats Marines going forward. The Ling Bane going to be there as well. I see some crashes in as the Bane's going to go for that army, and I think Beon just got completely jumped on here. The Solar, not the game of the series, sorry, forgot to update the scoreboard. But yeah, Solar is just going to absolutely crush this first attempt of Beon to get forward at all. I mean, it cost Solar his Ling Bane force, so it wasn't like it was completely free. Again, Groove Spines continue to come up. And it's going to be seeing our 2-2 upgrades, Bane speed coming in, the Lings and the drones continuing online. Gain additional barracks on the way from Beon. Yo, Markios, thank you so much for the 4-month resub on the Prime as well. Appreciate it. So much, guys. For supporting the stream. Sam Marine's going to unload onto that Overlord, do some damage over here. Let's see, Marines continue to come over as well, trying to see what else we can do. Both games, Beon has definitely been a very aggressive player, which we kind of expect out of Beon, but I'd say even maybe a level above. Right now, what we usually expect is how aggressive he's being, so yeah, a little intriguing. Not the craziest thing in the world, though. Like I said, I don't think it's that surprising, just... yeah. I mean, right now it's working as well. He's getting damage done. The trade's actually going in his favor. I really felt like Sola smashed back that first attack very well, but maybe that wasn't quite as good of a trade as what I thought it was. Those Marines still go after the Overlord, so the Overlord will still take some damage. Pins pulled back, get into position. Again, +1 vehicle weapon plating, and the +2 attack coming up as well. The cluster shells also on the way through as Marine, Marauder, Medevac continues to come into play. The command center coming up as well. Here comes the Widow Mine as the Bane Hydra continues to move across. This Medevac's just going to lift up, move over to the sides. And now our Marines are just going to go straight after this base. So Beon is really everywhere. He's continuing to do a lot of kind of damage around the map, just keeping it very active so far. +2 attack about to finish, by the way, +3 armor going to come up along with that. The drone's just mining up on the hatchery still, so we continue to get that on the go as well here. Submarine's going to come through. He's going to be hitting this extractor, hitting those drones. The Lings going to go back over the other direction as the Bio continues to trade out. The Lings and the Banes will step up as well. I'm just going to see the Medevacs deciding to load up and get the hell out of there. Step away from that right here. Beon's still at the front and applying pressure, but Solar's about to reach the Lurkers. And you know what they say. If Solar gets the Lurkers, then don't count him out. And I really do stand by this. This is genuinely something I say all of the time. Because if Solar gets to Lurkers, he is very likely going to look very, very good from that point, right? So, we've seen the Bio still gathering up here. Bane Hydra pushing through. Medevac's taking damage. A lot of those Marines getting chased back. Good fight from Solar, but he's maybe going to lose this base on the right side. Yes, he will. So 5th base goes down. The thing is, one of Solar's bases is that base in the back, which is a half mineral base. So it's not that much mineral income based on what you would usually have if you were truly on 4 bases. So that's an issue as well. Cyphers and Lurk is still coming up. See how Seismic Swine is still coming through. Things running across. Viper's going to be there. The Spore Crawler's just going to continue to burrow up into position as well. And the Viper's back away. What we're going to do, Parasitic Bombs or so. Just yet, those Medevacs still going down. Hydra's going to be there. Medevacs will fall. And just going to see a +1 missile upgrade coming through. That Seismic Spine's coming up as well. A few Lurkers coming in. Lings are still in production as well. All of that coming up here as our Zerglings continue to try and get the defense going, not succeeding just yet though. Well, drones going down. It's going to maybe the Wooderman goes. Just going to be seeing the rest of the units gather up. Still trying to get back to that gold base. The Lurk is really helping him to stabilize. Gonna be seeing that +3 attack, the Ghost, the Starport, and the Fusion Core coming up. Couple CCs coming in as well. Let's have ourselves the Lingbane Hydra still gathers up here. Gonna settle down once more. Just gonna be seeing a couple of Woodermine shots gonna go off toward those Zerglings. I mean, that's going to be nice as Beon pushes this away, so again, we shove that back. +2 missiles, +3 melee, all coming up as well. Big fight again. Those little choke points do not benefit the Zerg at all. Ghost still trying to find snipers. Beon still moving in this position, seeing if there's any further opportunities for him right now. The rest of the Lingbane still crashes on in. He's going to be seeing the bio once again. Going to shove the Lingbane back the other direction. This will fall. Just going to be seeing the Ghost, the Marines, the Marauders still coming up. CC coming up as well. That's going to be having that +2 missiles and +3 melee coming online. Again, advanced ballistics coming up, +2 vehicle plating coming online as well. You see now a few Ghosts coming back over. Once again moving through, we're just going to be having the Lurkers firing it up, and they're actually going to do pretty well. Now a push from Solar. In a game where Beon's been the guy pushing forwards and being the aggressor this entire time, Solar's going to get his chance to shove across the map. The Ling's going to get a wrap around, the Liberator gets abducted through, the Hydra's going to stay there picking away at those SCVs, so they will be dropping as well. Lingbane, Hydra, Lurker all gathering through right here. And looking good as they do it as well, to be honest. Most Lurkers still sitting up on the high ground, doing what they can, whacking away for the moment. Okay, I'm just going to get advanced ballistics coming through, +2 vehicle plating coming up, +1 Neo Steel plating coming by. But Beon is kind of in trouble because all of that coming up does not matter if he just dies right here, and that's what's happening. Solar, as always, looks like he's in so much trouble until the wonderful Lurkers arrive, and then he looks amazing. Veins still crashing through, bio units going to be there, the SCVs are going to be chased back as well, the planetary fortress will go down. We're seeing the orbital command going to float across over that right side as well. Still a lot of units in the center of the map also getting established here. You see that Ghost moving about. Just going to be seeing the Liberator sieging up. Lurkers, Lings continue to come by. see the value units get there. Lingbane Hydra gets chased away once more. So again, a little bit of a pushback, a little bit of a shove away. Big army coming through, and those lanes are going to hit a lot of those SCVs. The Banes continue to crush up as well. I mean, this is 200 supply to 110. Guns, well, just going to keep plummeting actually as the Banes keep crashing through. GG's. Solo's going to take it 2-0. We're going to have a couple of PvZ semifinals today, as we are going to have Hero versus Rogue in our first semifinal, and then Solo versus Maxpax in the second. We get into both of those right now. So we're going to kick off into Rogue versus Hero. We get this underway. It was the first semi-final ready, so yeah, Rogue 2-1 Shin, Hero 2-0 Gumiho. We're going to get this Rogue Hero match ready to go in a moment or so, so we're going to kick this off. Pretty much no delay, they're already vetoed, guys, so we should be able to get pretty much straight into this. Alright, let me get things going here, just communicating with players. As everyone gets in. Into Abyssal Reef. Alright, everyone's here. Cool. Perfect, we're going to jump into this. Thank you so much for the couple of subs by Jaikin and Maki. Why can't I not say this? Excuse me. Marcius. Also, Jeff, sorry, I missed your 100 bits. Christmas Eve bits. Thank you so much for the Christmas Eve bits, mate. Appreciate it. Let me get you guys on the tree. Alright, let's jump in. To the top left-hand side, we're going to have ourselves the blue Protoss player in this semi-final. This is going to be Hero. And we've really gone to our semis fairly quickly today. Because in the bottom right, our red Zerg is going to be Rogue. Okay, we're coming up, match coming through, good drones on the way as we get settled in here for a couple of moments. Solo looks strong, kind of unlike his recent performance. Solo's kind of like that, I feel like. Very, on and off player a lot of the time, I guess. Fairly fair way to say it. Well, just get the Overlord coming across the map. Just gonna move through with that one for a few moments here. Just get that settled down. Let's do see our Hatch Gas and Pool coming up. Next is Cybercore and the Assimilator coming through as well. So we continue to bring that into play. Again, just getting that spawning pool finished in a few moments' time. Get that all set up. Well, Cybercore Nexus continue to come in, so we get that on the go for a couple of moments. We'll see where this PvZ is going to get to. Just like you see now, Adept coming up, the Stargate coming online. Rover's going to get jumped on, and Adept is going to get chased. Things still moving about. Just for a moment or two. Quadra just keep building. Just have a couple of Adepts going to be there. The Queen will take some damage. Oracle building on the Stargate. Get that rolling. I mean, really, again, a very standard way to begin things, basically, is what we're seeing for the early few moments. Keep a chamber covering up, hatch coming through, a few drones are coming in. Upgrade builds up. It's going to be seeing a couple drones and the Queen continuing through. On the Forge coming up, next is still building in. We've seen the Roach on the front alleys. Oh, it's going to go pretty big, going to go after those drones. Oracle's coming over. Order activates onto the hatchery. I'm gonna get a little bit more damage done there as well, so just gonna be able to continue to power through and get damage being done. As our few drones have gone down, Hero gonna have Lings in his main base, but and there's a Stalker there plus the Probe Pull. Should be fairly reasonable for dealing with this. Templar guys coming through, the extra gates producing. Plus one, Immortal, Templar Archives will continue to come through. Uncle's going to shoot a few of those drones going down. Again, a bit more being dealt. Infestation Peak coming through. Plus team melee. And again, the Groove Spines continue to come up. Just for the moment, does that +2 attack and Storm continue to come into play. That thing's gonna go running about. I'm just gonna get that. Prison goes down. Nice little catch as well. Look, our storm coming up. +2 attack, the +1 air weapons. A lot of that good stuff being brought through at the moment. As Hero very comfortable just transitioning through. In fact, he's already going into air weapon upgrades. Thinking about that future transition is a good sign that he feels good about where he's at in this game, and he should be. You know, Rogue is the one struggling along. Things on the head is going down the rocks. You can see the rest of the army coming down the left side as well, trying to move over. The Revelation drops in. This is going to get towards Queens. Couple lurkers still coming online. Templar's finding a way. Rogue really just not having much here. Really reliant on that one lurker up that ramp to keep him alive at the moment. Hero swings around to the upper base. Instead, couple lurker shots. Templar still producing. The Overlords taking damage as well. So Ophies will take quite a few hits here. And the Drop Lord is setting up as Rogue will try and make some action happen elsewhere. That's been kind of the name of his game in the PvZ matchup, but obviously just not getting off to a good start here, and Hero currently controlling the game heavily. And knock down those rockets. Still seeing that Tempest coming up. Yeah, and the +1 air weapons coming through too. Falcon picking through those Zerglings, and now just going to be seeing the Wrestlings moving into the main base. Things wrapping around, Zealous taking shots. The army will continue to step forward here for the moment. Coming through, the few Hydras gathered together. Those wings keep coming about as well. Just gonna be seeing the cannons getting depowered, batteries as well. Getting depowered too. Yeah, I like the Drop Lord. Obviously, I've got to do something here as Rogue, but Hero's position is looking extremely solid. Starts to warp in defensively as well. I think Hero's bigger issue is actually the fact that he's yeah, I think the bigger issue is that he's actually in a bit of a weird spot when it comes to having enough supply to warp in defenses. He could only warp in like 1 or 2 zealots because he was maxed out. So he will end up losing quite a few probes. There's again a couple of Tempests coming through, the Tempests coming up, the Archons and the Immortals still coming in as well. Well, that being brought by for the moment as our probes continue to produce for the moment. Get ourselves the Ultra Cavern on the way as well. Corruptors fly up, couple Oracles gonna go down. Thanks, still moving over. Again, the Tempest flying about as well. Seeing what else we can do. Ling's now playing wraparound on a few of those different zealots. Plus 3 missiles, plus 1 carapace. Kindness Blatant coming online as well. We'll continue to get this rolling outwards. One Dark Shrine also just producing. Well, Dropper Lords, I mean, Rogue really tries to find a way back in. I just love Hero's army. But Rogue has got the Corruptors up. I mean, it's basically Corruptor Lurker. When you look at the unit count, it's like 23 Corruptors, 14 Lurkers. That's the army. Only 2 Queens in the game. Now we're producing some Zerglings. Is that good enough? Honestly, it feels like he's lacking a lot of spellcasters and other things. The Lurker's going to continue to fire away. A couple cannons will be taking shots. Knight is coming up. Hatchery's coming through. Plus 3 missiles, plus 1 carapace, but also kindness plane, so those ultras will get beefed up a little bit for Rogue. Is that going to be enough? Still loving that he's keeping up with the harassment. You see the couple Lurkers getting around the back there as well. More Zealots getting warped in. Now the Tempest's going to get jumped on. Just going to be seeing the Corruptors really coming through to burst through those. The Mothership gets jumped on as well. Falcon's gonna shoot. Corruptor's taking damage. Just gonna be seeing the Ultra Link continue to come about. Tempest just gonna fire away at those Corruptors, and they're gonna take a bunch more damage again. You know, plus 3 missile attack coming online. We're gonna see the drop a lot of Lings going back through. Again, Rogue just being aggressive enough that he's keeping this going for himself all the way throughout this. Another round of Zealots getting warped in as well. Just going to bring those straight back in. I mean, we lose a hatchery. Can Hero just push in, though? I mean, like I said, it's going to be difficult because of the fact that we're playing a situation where he's up against so many Lurkers. Drop a Storm. The Corruptor's going to take a bunch of damage. Tempest will fire up once again. Those Lurkers continue to drop. Another Storm. The Archon step through. Just going to be seeing everything pretty much just going to disappear here, I think, because, well, okay, I thought I was going to say everything disappears for Rogue, and then Rogue kind of, for a moment, had me believing that he'd won this fight. Hero has enough at the end. Rogue has 10 Ultras in reproduction. There are some Immortals here to help this. There's some Archons to help tank. So I think we should be okay, especially considering these Ultras are going to spawn here, there, and absolutely everywhere, right? So I think that should be okay. The Zealots on the low ground are killing so many drones as well. Looks like Hero is indeed good here on Abyssal Reef for game number 1. Looks as though we will be able to take this down, so... for a moment I was like, hey, Rogue, are you actually kind of maybe? And I was like, no, it was just the supply. He'd already started up the Ultras in production, so his supply was standing strong. Hero basically just needed a warp in. So that Archon still steps up. Another Storm comes through onto the Ultralisks. Storm once again. Corruptors and Ultras coming from the top side. We might clean up here, but even this comes at a cost, right? Because Hero gets rid of quite a few of the Ultras. Now, that said, Hero's supply does kind of plummet along with Rogue's at the end of this, just because he does kind of stand in that fight, and he does end up taking some damage, so this is definitely not all decided just yet. GG says Rogue in the end, as Hero does have enough defensively. I mean, basically, Hero just had to reinforce. And he's going to be good to take game number 1 of this best of 3 semi-finals. So Hero goes up by 1. Game 2 coming in a few moments. As Rogue, like I say, causes chaos in this matchup, but if the chaos stops for a few moments, Hero's going to run away with it. Game 2 on Whispers of Gold. Map 3 will be King's Cove. That could be a long one with the way these guys play, maybe. If Rogue just throws units to Hero, then Hero can't ever attack into Rogue, but... let's see what we get as we go into Whispers of Gold for map number 2 in just a moment. Hero leads by 1, looking to make the finals of today's WardiTV Mondays. Well, he's been a few times. Gonna get there just once more. Alright, countdown continues. 3, 2, 1. As everyone jumps in. And away we go. The run by strat was working. Was it working? I feel like Hero was handling it well enough. Because Hero was just continuing to advance his army, and I think eventually as Rogue you gotta accept that if he didn't start to transition, he just dies if Hero attacks. And Hero was absolutely getting to the point where he was able to attack. So I actually think Rogue was right to try and transition away. We'll see how he approaches Whispers of Gold, which is kind of a small map in general. This might not be a long one, to be fair. For the fact that, yeah, some of the Zerg attacks can come quickly, hit hard. Some of the pro stuff can be very annoying in this map as well, mind you, so yeah, we will see. As our drones continue to gather together. And probe coming about, just going to be seeing the probe heading to the top. Hatch coming through, drone takes position. Chasing around, Probe will take some shots. Do have ourselves again the hatch gas and pool will continue to come over as the Nexus starts on the side of Hero, so we got that Nexus coming up. Get that underway. This side before to follow up. Thank you everyone for joining us again. WardiTV Mondays. Edition 15, we have now given out $6,000 of weekly prize pool money in this WardiTV Monday series, so just want to take a moment to say thank you guys for supporting it. Again, without you all being here, I mean, this event is also supported by Loco, by Winter, and also by OSC. So shout out to all of those guys for helping to make the WardiTV Mondays run. It's also thanks to you guys watching and supporting. The viewership continues to be great for this. The player turnout continues to be great as well. All of that allows us to really keep on doing these events too. So if you are enjoying, do consider supporting the channel, subscribing, use your Prime subs, and all the rest. We've not quite hit the... I thought we might be able to get back up to 1,000 subs in December. Usually December is a very good month for us on Twitch, but apparently ad revenue is completely in the bin this month compared to usual, and sub count hasn't been growing too much. So that's all good. But if you do have some support in you, do consider sharing it. It goes a long way to help us keep on building these tournaments for you all. So, just to mention, now we get back to this as the Adept. Negotiating toward the upper left-hand side. It's going to be seeing the Creep Tumor pressing forward. The Adept does not target the Creep Tumor, but rather go after the Lings, seemingly. And Void Ray coming up. The Wolf Gate continues through. Is Haas still active? I saw Haas streaming the other day, so I don't know how active he is, but he's still streaming and playing a little bit. I think the majority of what we'll see from Haas is mostly if he gets another regional to play in, but in one of our events at one point as well, a qualifier or so, if I'm not mistaken. Rogue is back. Yes, Rogue has been back for the better part of the last year. And I'm trying to figure out how to say the name, but so I want to say Rooster. I feel like this could be said so many different ways, so thank you so much for hitting us up with the Prime sub. Appreciate it. Is that Void Ray going to go? Knocking down the Overlord. The Rooster, yes. You know what it was? I was looking at, for some reason I got to either, and then I was like, oh, but then how does, then it says Ooster instead of Rooster. But for some reason my brain did something weird there. The Rooster. Yes, that does make a lot more sense. You know when your brain just can't see something? That was 100% my brain right there. Like, honestly, as I get older, doing Twitch chat names becomes so much more difficult. Way to feel like you're actually getting older, man. Twitch chat names actually becoming a real challenge. But we're going to clean up the Overlord, so that Overlord will go down. As we do have ourselves the melee upgrade coming through, the drone and the lings continuing to produce. As we settle ourselves in for more. More currently involves the third Nexus, the Twilight Council, and Forge all building. The couple of Adepts will continue to shade up towards the top as well. He's going to fight. Adepts will take some damage. And we'll be seeing the little Revelation going down to clean up a little bit more creep spread as well. So, clearing up as much of this as possible. +1 melee, +1 attack coming up, and it is +1 melee as mentioned for Rogue. So, upgrades coming by. With that melee upgrade, you can already kind of smell the aggression of Rogue kind of steaming off of him. You know what's going to happen, right? Like, I can already feel it coming. I can already feel it coming. I know he's going to be aggressive here. Just running around everywhere. These lings already starting as he goes in for a few of these probes initially. That's about 3. The Void Rat and Stalker will defend eventually, but took a little while. So a little bit of damage taken there. That was the Lair and the lings. And the melee upgrade will continue through. The couple extractors coming about as well. As like let's try and hit the pylon, and the Stalker will take some more shots. As I mean, the Adepts across the map are doing serious damage. This is way more damage than I think we should have been seeing at this stage. So yeah, that's pretty brutal as we just have 12 drones going down. Rogue is going to be hindered early. And he's rebuilding the drones as well. It's not like this is like, well, I guess, you know, here's my all-in, let's see. No, he's rebuilding drones, so he has no powerful follow-up to this. And it's, yeah, that's kind of a disaster, I think, for Rogue. Plain and simple. This definitely does not look pretty for our Zerg player, who may be falling down and potentially out in this semi-final against Hero. Another Drop Lord building through, by the way, as well. Let's get that Drop Lord coming up. Bane Nest and Hydroden continue to build in as well. It was a cool play from here in the end, right? Because those Adepts obviously could have been at home defending the Lings, but they weren't needed, whereas the other way around was probably true, where the Lings were probably needed at home to defend against the Adepts. This is a bit disastrous for Hero, though. Rogue actually takes a very good fight right there, so that was much better for Rogue. That's going to help him out a little bit as a few Stalkers continue to drop down. Stalker's dying off. Again, the Prism and the +2 attack coming up also. Couple Archives going to be popping through in a couple of moments as well. So just going to get the Lings still getting pushed away. Yeah, now our extra height is coming through, the +2 melee, the bailing speed coming up, Lings drop into the main. I'm going to go running directly into this mineral line where a few probes will begin to fall, so damage will be dealt there as well. So nice drop load play, and Hero, bad couple of moments because he's taking some worker damage. He's also taken that previously mentioned just bad fight against the Lings, and the Stalkers got pushed back, and a game that looks as though it was all about Hero is now taking a step much more in favor of Rogue, as Prism comes across. The Zealots will come forward, just going to get a wraparound on that Queen. Second Queen going to take some shots. The Prism has to pull away. Now just going to continue up the ramp, get rid of a couple more Zealots as well. It's just going to put a cleanup over there. Stalkers and the Immortals still doing everything they can. I mean, Hero's going to build into the Storm, build into the +2. He's just going to get into a much more comfortable place all across the board right now as the Lingbane of Rogue continues up, so getting those numbers growing. Let's run into the mineral line. A few more probes will go down in that mineral line as well. Like I say, as long as we get up to the Storm, I really like why Hero is zapped, because his army's going to be looking great against this Zerg that's massing up Lingbane. The thing is, Rogue is coming right now, and Hero does not have the Storm for a little bit longer. Force Fields will buy you some time. Storm is so desperately needed here. It will do so much for you as those lanes in this mineral line still going, by the way. Now starting to get some probes. I mean, this mineral line doesn't exactly look safe. As Rogue pushes forward, the Storm is seconds away. And just start splitting the units. The High Templar's just going to have to keep on running to safety. Those Banelings are hunting. The Banes are not going to get there. They're going to hit some Stalkers that are warping in instead. High Templars live through it. I mean, we lose the forward base, but that's okay for Hero if he survives. And he finally gets the Storms off to hit these Hydras. But is that enough? I don't think so at all. I think Rogue's going to get it done with the timing. And what a crisp time it was, because if Storm was ready right away, this entire fight becomes so much easier to handle. The Banes don't connect in anywhere near as much of a kind of major fashion. And that really does just change the outlook of this entire game compared to what we get in the end, which is now Rogue is absolutely up about 50 supply and looking great. Heading to King's Cove for map 3. Like I say, buckle up, because we could definitely be in for a bit of a longer one. Hero of the Storm, thank you so much, Venza, for the 7-month resub. Welcome back. Appreciate the resub, mate. Thank you very, very much as our Storm continues to come through. The Lings and the Hydra still taking some hits. Another Storm coming down. Just going to be having ourselves the Banes going to move through as well. So again, just a little bit of action here and there. The Banes continue to come over. And the Hydras and the Banes coming about. Just going to be seeing our Lings, our missile upgrade continue to come through as well. I'm going to say GG. Rogue really will just have too much here. And that is going to do it. We're going to go to game 3. We're going to go to King's Cove. We're going to decide this series on a final map. As, yeah, that would have been... just 15-20 seconds later, that just would not have been good enough. As we kick off into King's Cove, let's see what Rogue and Hero have planned for us here. Big map. Are we going to see a big game? Only one way to find out, which is to jump on into it. Let's do it as we head on into this one. Game 3, King's Cove. GG's, go goes. We're going to start this off. Stomach's making Zerg noises right now. Not heard that description before, but I can imagine what you mean. Alright, King's Cove. Let's get this one underway. And 3 of us series. Head into it as we dive straight through. We'll start off, as you can see, in the top left of the map with our blue Protoss player. This is Hero. Got off to such a good start in that last game. Lost that 4th base and seemingly just couldn't stay in it from there. Didn't think he had what it took. On the other side of the map will be our red Zerg player, Rogue. Hatch dying. Simulator first from Hero. Means he's going to play as greedy as possible. No scout, most likely, when you play that gas first. So he will not scout. He will just play, like I say, as greedy as possible, get as much money as he can, and get ready. As this is something he's not going to get punished for either, because you can see that Rogue already goes hatchery first, pool before gas. So yeah, Hero picks the right time to go gas first for himself. Obviously means he's not going to try and hatch block or anything as well, because like I say, literally just no probe scout. Close that back. Away we go. Yeah, now drone started an extractor, but actually got cancelled for the extractor trick, so no gas on the way just yet. Access building, hatch pool coming through. It's going to see the cyber core coming up as we speak. Continue to get that online. what comes across. Again, that hatchery will gather up. And just going to be seeing a couple queens and lings coming about as well. Ling's going to pop and start heading to the upper left-hand side. Away they go. So those lings sneak up the right. The probe comes into the natural. Having a look around here for a little bit. Again, Stargate, Extractor continue coming through. This few lings just chilling out. Again, lings and a queen producing through also. We get all of that underway. The hatchery starts up as well, so we get that also in production. Yeah, that Stargate will finish, so here we'll have a nice stable start to this. No surprises, really. If you're going to play that Stargate, it's kind of just what we expect to see. So yeah, nothing too weird or crazy about that. This probe's going to be in a little bit of trouble. Some lings show up, though, and Hero is caught off guard and not quite prepared for those few units arriving. So actually having to pull a lot of probes here. And these lings, I mean, causing some major trouble. Adept comes back over, going to clean that up. What a disaster here for Hero. So much lost mining time. Gas not mining properly in the main base right now because he had to pull out of it. Finally, we'll clean up. I mean, the last thing it feels like you want to do now is activate the Oracle, which you will not have to, but man, just so much lost mining time there already from Hero, so he loses out in a big way right there. And the Oracle coming online, the Gateway and the probes continue to produce. Oracle comes back over, a little cancellation comes by. Depths will continue to shade up, and again, the rest of the Zerglings coming through as well. Just going to move straight in. The Oracles will move over. The Adepts showing up onto the third base, as the Oracles will activate onto the drones. So again, quite a lot of damage being done to that from the very get-go here. And our link speed, our drones, and our queen we'll continue to build. Just gonna have our Nexus coming about. The queen is gonna be there to push the Oracles over a little bit as well. Some damage continues to be done. Again, Evolution Chamber, drones, and the link speed all building up. Just gonna have ourselves the Spore Crawler coming online also. And Nexus also coming through, making a couple extra pylons on top of everything else. Oracles back down to the bottom right side again. Drones, lings, and a queen gathering up. We're just going to drop the couple of pulsar beams already on some creep. Now going to get some Zerglings as they run through. Obviously, maybe get some drones in this mineral line as well. Rogue starts to pull them in toward the Spore. Allows the Oracle to take a few extra hits, which means that at least it's an easier target for later in the game. These Oracles now in the main base coming through as well. Kind of a funny scenario where you have two pairs of Oracles. Not often you see the double Oracle turn into a quad Oracle. But yeah, here with the 4 Oracles and just using them as 2 different pairs. Kind of fascinating, and obviously so much potential with those as well. So that's very cool. You can see our Link's still moving about, just going to get pushed back away. The Adepts, the Sentry, and the Stalker coming back over as well. Keep on moving through. Oracles back in. A few more drones are behind all of this. With that Resonating Glaives coming up, Hero looking to be a very aggressive Protoss in the very near future. So Hero looking to get that up and rolling, like I say, and immediately the Oracles will activate. A few more drones keep going down. Oracles gather back together. Have on our, again, a couple of gates, the Resonating Glaives, the +1 attack. All continues to come through. Hey, what's up, Dave? Thank you so much for the 27-month resub. Hero with the 4 oracles. What if he had more oracles? That's a great question. Honestly, I mean, I'm very interested to see if he can pull off an attack here and see success. It's a lot of adepts. The thing is, from Rogue as well, he's playing Ling Hydra. Like, he has nothing to really deal with adepts effectively right now. I mean, he doesn't even have that many Hydras. This is definitely a world where you can run away with this game just with the adepts if you can find the correct fights, if you can find the correct ways to engage here. So there's definitely a possibility, as we all can see these adepts already fighting here. The oracles as well, because we've got 4 of them, they're going to do more damage than ever before, as we are going to help out in a big way. Clearing up some queens, helping to clean up some lings. Adepts in good numbers shade now over to this mineral line. Rogue is continuing to just produce lings. He is going to have obviously a mobility issue with the Hydras as well. You know, Hydras being a response to speedy adepts is never really going to end in your favor, so that's also not exactly ideal as those adepts continue to go after the Zerglings. Quite a few of the lings going down, and Evo Chamber will come down to close the wall. The extra adepts moving across, again the +2 melee, groove spines all coming through, additional lings in production as well. Lings still trying to play wraparound. As the adepts continue to fight back, as, like I say, best they can for the moment. Adepts will shoot a few more lings dropping. Just going to be seeing the +2 attack, blink, prism. Continues to go online here. The Bane Nest coming through. The Zerglings are in production. The Adepts really will just get rid of so many lings that it's just going to be GG. Hero takes it 2-1 and advances to the grand final today. Well, he'll be taking on Maxpax or Solar. That PvZ coming up in just a few short moments, actually. They are already set to go. So gonna swap straight over to America, no delay, because those guys are already waiting for us in game, so we're not gonna wait around at all. I'm just gonna get straight to it, as we will load in. So let me get into the lobby, and then I'll say thank you to either Rooster, Venser, and Dave Tester for the subs, the resubs. Thank you so much, guys. We appreciate it. Get you all in the tree. Let me just make sure they're not going to start without everybody. Daemon Legend as well. Thank you so much for the 28-month resub. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you, thank you. Is everyone here? Got Indy, we've got Indy. I think everyone's here. Double checking, perfect. Alright, they're going to kick this off. I'll get you guys on the tree, and I'll get Damon on the tree after this game. Let's go do this. Alrighty. Damon, thank you so much for the 28-month resub. Let's get into the game. I'll get you on the tree after this one. As we get it going, Maxpax Solo. Game 1 of this best of 3. Hero waits in the finals. Yeah, Maxpax does have a ridiculous winning record against Hero. But I feel like people are starting to figure out how to at least have a shot at beating Maxpax in PvP, though, at the moment. Like, new patch is typically when Maxpax is at his weakest, because his builds rely on so much kind of repetition and kind of running through all the different scenarios so many times and understanding that. So a new patch that changes heavily the way he defends is obviously going to take some time to settle into, but I mean, we've seen him losing some games, which I think in the past he had on lockdown. Maybe Hero will have it in him today. If we get that PvP, we'll see if Maxpax can topple Solar. So do you think Maxpax, out of all the matchups, probably does struggle the most when it comes to PVZ. This is the one where it feels as though he's the least comfortable. He's the least confident in being able to make plays and make stuff happen. Couple drones mining away. Cybercore, Nexus continue to come up as we get that all on the go. Just going to be seeing the hatch and the drone and the queen. Couple drones and the queen coming up as well. So all of that coming over. Get our Nexus building up as we go. Stargate will start and get that coming up. Away we will go. Stargate building. And Adept and the Warcade continue to come through. Just gonna see that link speed coming up. Couple of lings coming over. Target comes about again. Link speed, the queen, everything else continuing through as well. Take a few moments here to settle down and get going. I see a couple of depths coming over, a couple more shots coming through. See these devs trying to harass around a little bit. Maxpax trying to find some damage early, it would seem. Not really anything too surprising there. Things still gathering. And next is coming through, the couple extra probes coming up. Let's see how next is continuing to build in as we speak. So just getting that third base straight up and rolling. Maxpax not delaying that in the slightest. Solo just droning as well, so not really that crazy a start from him or anything. Gonna be seeing those few lings gonna wrap around and they're gonna be able to do some damage themselves, so yeah, gonna set up with that. Seeing the Stalker's going to be there, Overlord taking damage. Just gonna have the Twilight Council about to finish. Extra gates coming up as well. And the Depths and the Oracles continue to move over just for a little bit. And yeah, Lincoln +1 still going through. Stalkers and the Adepts, the Oracle as well, continue to move down to the bottom side. Just going to see our Creep Jimmer going to get revelated and picked off as well. So just going to see that going down immediately. The rest of the Queens continue to gather together. And +1 and Blink coming through. Lair and the Lings building as we speak. So, like I said, just playing a comfortable game so far. Maybe as this gets deeper, it will become a little bit crazier. Steps in this fight. A few Zerglings moving across as well. Going to be having ourselves the, again, Blinking +1 continue to come online for the moment. As those things will finish off those rocks. The rocks will fall, that will go down. There will be an area opened up. Again, Blinking +1 continue to come through for the moment, so we keep that on the go as well. We've seen the Stalkers and the Adepts all coming around. obviously trying to put on some pressure here, but these Lings and Roaches and Queens look as though they're going to be plenty to turn this around and clean this up, so doesn't look like that's going to be too much of a problem. Seeing the Roaches continue to come about, but no damage being done. Nothing too crazy really overall as we get this all settled. Seems like things will stabilize for a few moments. Just gonna see the Stalkers trying to come back over. I mean, Solo is on a massive counterattack as well, so yeah, he's actually going to keep it going. I thought he might slow it down a second, but apparently not the case at all. He's going to jump on this fourth base, and that might actually just die because I don't know if there's any defense really left back at home anymore on the side of Maxpax. I think he is on all-out aggression. A couple Oracles show up as well at Warpin. I mean, like I say, he's on all-out aggression as he's trying to break through the front, and I think he is making progress good enough to break through the front as well. He is starting to get there as those Stalkers continue to go through the Roaches and the Queens. Damage continue to be done. Hatchery does go down. I think Maxpax is just going to have a little bit too much on this one. Again, +2 attack. And Storm continue to come by. The charge upgrade about to finish as well. We got our Nexus, we got our Gates, we got our high meters, and Lings continue to build as well. So all of that just continues through for the moment. Still moving around. The Mutas are ready to dive into the natural again. Just going to jump into a few of the probes. 3, 4 workers going down immediately. Stalker's going to get jumped on. We're going to kill off one. We're going to go for another. Maxpax coming out with a slight supply lead. Obviously, the Mutas will complicate things here and should be able to create a couple of issues, perhaps. That might, like I say, complicate things slightly, but I do feel like it's still a very manageable position on the side of... yeah, it feels like a very manageable position on the side of Maxpax still, as those rocks will go down. His army gathers at the front, and I guess we'll see what happens. As the Roaches move up again, the Mutas continue to build in as well. Just going to have ourselves a few more units warping in. Roaches and Lings are going to jump straight through. Solo not going to find much with this attempt to dive by, and the Mutas are not really anywhere aggressive just yet either. Still in the middle of the map, which is not exactly ideal either. Let's just have our +3 attack coming through. The couple of Zealots are continuing to produce. Mutalisks on the way out. Storming toward those Mutas just to keep fending them off for a little longer. Just come back around. They're going to head back down the bottom as well. Nothing Muta really just continuing through as, again, a few extra warp-ins go into the main base. The Muta's going to dive on Stab Prison. This is also going to get wrapped around and surrounded. And +2 flyer attacks, +2 melee upgrade. All of that continues into play as our Stalkers and Archon's going to open up the rocks on the right side a little bit. He's going to get caught in a stasis. The Mutila's going to get turned around. I mean, they're just taking blasts of damage. It's going to be rough. Why is there no losers bracket? Because it's just a one-day cup. No one wants a loser bracket. The players would not play if there was a loser bracket, actually. Pretty sure. Takes too long. It's already going to be 4 or 5 hours, right? Most days, so yeah. So I'm going to see making a good dive and a good attempt just to try and suggest that he might have a chance, but Maxpax's numbers really are just too good, and this is just not going far enough. That is going to be GG's. Maxpax takes the first game of the series. Just like that, we will have ourselves our first game decided. Alrighty, so into our next one in a moment or two. Get this on the way. As we'll have game number 2 starting up. Not on immediately, guys. These players want to keep going. Obviously, they have to wait to play semi-final anyway. We'll get this started up ASAP for them. Game number 2 going to be on Amygdala. Let's load into it. Again, thank you for joining us here for WardiTV Mondays, the last before Christmas. We have one more this year. Next Monday we'll be here again. Solo needs to switch to Zerg. The host went to somebody that is probably AFK. Yep. Pommy's always AFK. When as soon as he gets in the lobby, he immediately goes AFK or doesn't look back at the screen. And then if the host goes to him, then it's yeah. There we go. He is gonna be here. Wasn't too bad. Sometimes it's honestly it's a bit longer than that. It can take a while. Alright, let's dive into game number 2. I'm going to have in the bottom left side our Red Pros player is Maxpax. Taking on in the other side our Blue Zerg Solar. Game number 2 is Maxpax leads by a game. Coming across as Maxpax will try and play the blockage on this location. The drone is going to try and say no, as it is going to be there for the 15 hatchery, so the probe will not get the block off for the moment. Defense, I suppose, they handled. I'm going to just have a hatch, I guess, continue to come up for a couple of moments. So just going to get that on the way. Just going to be seeing the spawning pool coming down as well. We'll continue to get that into position nice and easily to break things out in the early stages. And the Nexus drops down same time as well. So the Nexus is going to drop into play too. Just going to be seeing the drone still chasing the probe for a little bit. Cybercore and the Nexus coming up as well. Probe coming over. Just moving around. Take a few moments here to settle back up. Get back on track. And see where we're gonna go. Again, Lynx be coming through. Queen's on the way up. Couple of Lings coming out as well. The drone's still in production also. I'm just going to move back a little bit. A couple Lings still coming around. Again, the Queen, drones, Stargate and probes. Adept on the way. A lot of just bits and pieces continue to be built for the moment. That Stargate coming online, like I say, the Warp Gate coming through as we speak. It's going to be having, again, that link speed coming online, with the Stargate coming through, gives us the moments to get set up into this game, as the Stargate can produce an Oracle or so. Get that underway, or something to that effect. And then we can go from there. And Dep just moves by, the Queen going to be nearby, link speed continuing to come up as well. Going to get that link speed finished in a few moments as the Adept will continue to shade. Queens gather on the natural and Solar. I mean, last game really kind of build up for the future for a little bit. I wonder if this game he has a bit more of an aggressive kind of setup from the very get-go, or what the plan kind of is there. Depths moving back around the top. The Oracle shows up, a couple of Depths getting rid of some of the lava as well. Oracle just flies into the main base here, trying to see what else is going on. Then we get that wolf gate coming up. Bringing that straight through. But Council and Forge coming by. Next is still on the way in. Seeing that the Depth's still moving across momentarily. And the Lings will continue down to the bottom side of the map as well. And look to see what else they can do. And then next is still building up, a couple of probes, Twilight Council and the Forge. All coming online, a couple of gateways building as well. Just going to have ourselves the Oracle coming back over. Roach Rowan and the Lair continue to come over. And now Roach Rowan, Evo Chamber and Lair continue to produce. The +1 and Blink all coming online. So far so good. Moves over to the sides again, blinking +1 coming up and running. Bling's going to go around the bottom right side as well, still trying to see what else they can maybe do. Or a little bit at the moment. As we settle on in, blinking +1 continues to build. Bling's going to run straight across. That Stalker's going to get jumped on, so that Stalker goes down with immediate effect. Now the next Stalker potentially in some trouble as well. Oracle activates, Zerglin's taking shots. Queens are going to fight back against the Stalkers and the Adepts. Just firing through. Again, these units are going to continue to hit the front. This hatchery will be under some pressure as Maxpax has a stasis ward still toward the top side. Is going to move the other Oracle around to set up another, so wants to keep up the stasis wards and make sure we always have the opportunity to be stasising, always have the opportunity to be catching your opponent in a bound spot whenever possible, as the Stalkers get back onto the Queens once again. So just going to jump straight into that. Stalkers will move away. Stasis is going to catch a bunch of those Lings, going to create a little bit of a wall-off effect there. It's always one of the nice spots, right, of those Zerglings being caught in a stasis. It's just, they do act as a little bit of a force field. Overall, though, I think Maxpax is not really sustaining. I do not think he can stay in this for too much longer, so I don't think he's going to be able to do too hot right here. I think he's going to be in some serious trouble. But his numbers are definitely dropping off. You see this Oracle coming around, another stasis ward, and straight into play. I think Solar's going to be able to keep massing units up here, so I think he's going to be alright. Looks good for Solar here in this game. Number 2. And +1 missiles, the Hive, the Hydra Den, all of that continue to come through. The Ling's going to try and break through the front now as well. Unable to really do too much, as a couple of Oracles will continue in also. Still got that Storm on the way out also, as well as everything else. The Lings gather up, Storm +2 attack coming through, Charge finishing shortly, the Ling Roach will continue through those rocks, so again opening up this space, clearing this area out. Those rocks will indeed go down, as again we have a Hive and our Lurker Den coming up, the additional Hydras on the way through. +1, +2 missiles, like I say, will help these Hydras as well, but especially against that Lurker Den, going to start forcing Maxpax to play a much slower game as well, right? Because now Maxpax also has to, deal with the fact that Solar is going to be on Lurkers. So he's likely going to have to build in towards at least some kind of an air army like Tempest and so. if that lurk count gets to keep growing. So these are things that we get to kind of look at here. Do you see the lurkers still coming up? The Hydra's still producing. Stalker's just firing away, and again, a few more of those Zerglings will continue to fall. Stalkers and High Templars moving up the top. So it's going to be jumped on initially. We do obviously have Storm available, so it gives you a chance as Maxpax to maybe initiate the trade. Fighting on the right-hand side as well. Solar greets these Zealots and Archon with not enough stuff, so whatever that defense was, it falls apart quickly. Again, plus 2 missiles, the seismic spines all coming through. Going to drop another storm down there. And they're still pressing up. They're going to get rid of the hatchery, so the hatchery will drop. There's going to be one more stasis ward catching, a few more Zerglings. Another stasis catching. The Ling's getting caught as we are going to be having the extra Zealots and the High Templar coming through as well. Need to push forward. The Storm's hitting some good revelations as well. And seeing the Storm coming about. We've seen a couple of cannons getting jumped on. We've seen 16 probes going down, but the 7 drones as well, as obviously Maxpax still here trying to fight. Oh, that's a beautiful storm on the other side. The units get stuck on the lurkers, which are in their burrow animation, so Solar eats a massive storm right there. That is absolutely huge. Solar sitting behind this hatchery. That's going to get cancelled up as well. Just going to be seeing the rest of the Roach Hydra lurker. Moving forward, the cannon goes down. I'm just going to be having the Ling still producing through. Got our +1 air weapons coming up. Extra Tempest in production as well. Lurker's going to burrow. That's a bunch of Stalkers that go down. So Maxpax feels as though he could jump on that, but was maybe a little bit mistaken. Does get cleaned up right there. Does get pushed back as Ling Hydra gathers now over to the left-hand side. Going to start up on that Nexus. Zealots coming through. Maxpax trying to push his way through this force. Uses the Mothership Cloaking, and there's no Overseer, so that works. That is indeed going to push you back and push this away. That's going to be a pretty good defense. Nicely done. Mothership still cloaking up. Going to drop a Time Warp down onto those Hydras, or toward those Hydras. The Lurkers going to be there. Zealots taking big hits. And the Overseer overhead going to get shot down as well. As we do see those Hydras still taking some big shots. The Archons coming back through. Hydras all go down. Another storm. Still just going to get the Roach Hydra kind of blasted backwards. I mean, that's a good set of fights from Solar. That's obviously from Maxpax. He's going to win those. And in the middle of the map, I don't think Solar's winning either. The Tempest up, obviously got a good answer to the Lurkers, and more Tempests on the way. Maxpax definitely trending in the right direction here for this game number 2, as there is the GG as we speak. Maxpax 2, Solar 0, and Maxpax is in the finals against Hero for PvP finale for this WardiTV Monday Cup. It will be Maxpax Hero. Maxpax back in the finals. He skipped last week's Monday Cup, back in the finals as soon as he's playing again. What other way would it be? Beon Legend, thank you so much for your resub, mate. Appreciate it. Let me go put you on the tree. There are still somehow some empty branches, guys. Some way, somehow. Still some empty branches. Alright, 2-0. Get ready for Hero versus Maxpax, rounding out today's event. PvP best of 5 coming up in just a few short moments, everybody. Get this on the way. Get this started up, and away we will go. Away we will go. Videos will come through and get this started up. Some ads on between our series, guys. Thank you for your patience. The players will need a moment to veto. And then we'll get this best of 5 underway. Perfect. Perfecto. Was required to hang on the Christmas tree. It's a sub. Sub, resub, prime sub, whatever. Or we usually do like $5 plus donations as well. Does a gifted sub count? Yeah. Get gifted a sub and you want to go on, we'll add you on. Or if you want to gift a sub, whatever your preference is. Yes. TLDR, if you support the stream, you want to go on the tree, you can go on the tree. Basically. I really already ran out of all the decorations I picked up before. I must have done. Damn it. I really opened them in an awkward way. Spilling out. Oh, we only have a few left. 20, 30. Probably get us through tomorrow's stream. Yeah, tomorrow's stream should be some fun, guys. Again, it's going to be the Christmas Eve games. Cuba Nightmare, a Laser Estrella, Hearthstone Spirit, and Bunny vs. Trap going to be our matches. I think it's honestly a fun set of matches. Could be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. Hey, what's up, Kalev? Dropping a gifted sub over to Maxpax. Thanks so much. Alright, get ready to go. I'll get you on the tree. Thank you so much for the gifted sub, appreciate it. Surprise pros are willing to play on Christmas? Well, that's the magic of it. They're not. Dun, dun, dun. We got them all to pre-play their matches. Yeah, Christmas Day games. So I've already casted the Christmas Day games because that's like a pre-casted thing that we're going to present as a live broadcast. We do it every year. Yeah, Lev, thank you so much for the gift. Yeah, I've already casted those, so I actually know how good the Christmas Day games are. They're pretty good. They're actually really good. I had a really good time casting them. Some really fun games. Over 8 hours of StarCraft 2 on Christmas Day. I'm just about ready to export the video that I'll be playing as the broadcast. About 8 hours long. So, yeah. It's gonna be fun. That is gonna be fun. Hell yeah. Alrighty, friends, we'll be, again, hopefully going shortly. We're in the lobby. I presume Maxpax is just needing a moment or so because we've not started yet, so give him a couple of moments, get that sorted out, and get that back on track. Perfect, that's where we are going. That is where we are going. Beautiful. Do, 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 do. We do not have players in the correct positions, so apparently we need to sort that out. We'll actually get jumped into this. Alright. Let's jump into this PvP and get this go, guys. Thank you for a little bit of patience. We're just waiting for our players, obviously. Give them a couple moments. Maxpax just came out that previous series. Let's jump on in to play. Get this up and rolling. On the right hand side, our red Protoss player is going to be Maxpax, while in the upper left, our blue Protoss player is Hero. We've seen a Chrono Boost on the Nexus probes on the way out. Gateway's coming up as well as we settle ourselves in for a few moments. We've seen our gates and the assimilators coming up and running. A couple of gases on the way in then. Get that on the way through. That's settled for now. Let's see where we're going to go here on Abyssal Reef for this PvP. Will Hero try and match Maxpax in the expansions? Will we get into some fairly normal games because of that? We will find out. Nexus drops down right there. It's going to be seeing the Cybercore coming through, probe on the way, Cybercore on the other hand as well. Again, just going to drop another pylon into place. As we set that up, again, Nexus coming through, Zealot on the way. Just taking a few moments as we have the Cybercores coming online for now. Pylon still setting up. Seeing the again, Stalker coming through, the Warp Gate continue to come by. It's going to be seeing the Robo Facility builder from Maxpax, which is going to be proxied, so he's going to be super aggressive here. Maxpax, which is going to be seen by Hero. But yeah, Maxpax being the aggressor, not always the case. Just going to be seeing the Pylon going down again. Just going to be seeing that probe moving about for a couple of moments. We'll be taking some shots. Stalker's coming up, Warp Gate's coming through, Robo Facility coming up as well. I mean, we are going to get rid of the first pylon here, but the second pylon will be there to keep things powered for a little bit, but we're going to need something to push these units back. There's two Stalkers and a Zealot that are going to go after this pylon now, and that's a very serious commitment. Maxpax is just going to get completely denied as Hero shuts down the aggressive proxy attempt, and he does it successfully enough that this is just straight up a GG. Hero. Boom. Bang. Just like that. Alright, we'll go into game number 2 in a few moments' time. Get this underway. Get that settled as we go into our second game of this series. Kick this off Ley lines will be our second map. Well, put that one behind us. Not much to talk about there. Alright, well, we got ourselves Geno 2 started up immediately. This ley line's going to come on through. So ley line's coming up. PvP action coming online. Let's get this one underway. Game number 2 of our series. Starting right here and now. In the bottom left-hand side, down a game after his attempted proxy goes absolutely nowhere. We have the red Protoss player Maxpax. This hero looking to break a losing streak against him is in the top right as our blue Protoss player. Here for game number 2. Alan building up, probes on the way. Now assimilator going and we get ourselves the first few moments. Started out. Again, assimilator is the gate. Coming online here for just a little bit. Got that all going right away. And seeing the pylon coming down too. Those gates continue to come about. Assimilator is coming through for the moment. Just going to have ourselves the setup continue to come about. Just going to get that probe chrono boosting. Probe taking some nibbles. Once again, our Nexus comes up and get this on the way. Settle down for a few moments here. Wait to see where we're gonna go. So we'll chase the probe around again. Stargate still coming up as well. Just going to see that stun coming straight on by for the moment. Get set up. Just going to see our Stargate still coming through, coming in. Adept continues to move over as well. Stalker and the Warp Gate continue to produce. Just going to have ourselves the Oracle there. Axis coming by on both sides. Have you seen the Adept and the Zealot still making their way across to the other side of the map? Stalker in the Sentry in the main. So we see a Stalker shoot and the Zealot will take some damage. I think it was the Zealot and the Adept. Maxpax probably just has to back away right at the end of the day here. Don't think that is too crazy, as extra gates going back over. The Oracle going to be taking some shots. Just going to be seeing the Stalker still hitting the Adepts for a little while longer. And you're going to clean that out. Hallucination just going to come about as well. Just going to be moving through with that one, as we do have the Twilight Council continue to come online. We've seen our couple of units continue to gather together. Just going to be seeing more Warpins coming through. Hero going to get these Adepts out, and as you can see, those Adepts are becoming a defense against that Zealot, so the Adepts will get there. Nicely done. Gonna knock down the pylon on that one as well. It's just gonna clean that up for the moment. Blink coming through as well. We'll keep that on the go as we do have the Oracle continues to chase, and we'll get rid of those Adepts, so a little bit of cleanup on that for the moment. It's going to be seeing the blink still continuing up as we speak. And plus blink coming through, the gateways continue to come up as well, so get all of that on the go right now. As we just have ourselves the couple of gates, the blink continue to come through for the moment. And yeah, just going to be seeing the couple of gates. When that warp gate goes down, it's going to be having our robo facility coming up as well. The stasis ward there also coming through. Just going to be seeing those stalks and the sentry still gathering together. Units around the top side will move into position as the Oracle flies overhead. Gonna see this Void Ray is gonna get a catch on a Stalker, so a little group of units from Maxpax find some pressure. Hero is trying to catch them, but a little bit unsure about it. Already has Blink, but Maxpax is about to have Blink of his own, so that Blink advantage is not going to stick around for very long at all. The Stalker still going onto the other Stalker, so a little bit more damage being done again. Just going to be seeing the recall coming back in, as we are going to see Hero going to need everything here to defend against Maxpax. Maxpax is going to take the majority of the damage in this, so it's actually looking very, very good for Hero, our blue Protoss player. Setting up into a great spot right now as that Stasis Ward is going to go and take position. Again, extra Stalkers coming through, the Observer and the Nexus coming about as well. Another Stasis Ward will go down also there, so just going to drop that straight into play. That's a nice Stasis, really does catch a lot for you as we have ourselves the Nexus, the Stalkers, all the rest continue to come about. Just going to be seeing the actual jump here from Maxpax trying to grab a couple of units. Wasn't so hot for Maxpax on the other side of the map, but definitely going back in his favor a little bit at the moment here. Let's see those Stalkers continue to be chased down. And away we go as Stalkers come back the other direction. Stasis Ward disappears. The Stalker's going to be there trying to fight once again. Using the Stalker's blink straight into the natural. Battery goes down as well. Hero pushing so hard that Maxpax is going to pull probes. Hero is going to lose some probes on the other side of the map, so Maxpax is going to afford to lose a few workers here as long as he doesn't die, right? That's the main thing. He has to stay alive during this, so, you know, no challenge, Maxpax. There's a little bit of a problem for you, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. As we do have our +1 attack and our charge continue to come through. Stalker coming up as well. Just going to be seeing another blink down at that bottom side. The Stalker gets grabbed immediately, so with immediate effect, that will fall. Yo, Vaughn, my man, how you doing? 75-month resub on the Prime. Buddy, do you have a special decoration? Do you have like a polar bear or anything that I should go and hunt for in the bag or for the tree? Or do you, if you don't know, that's all good. I'll just write you a normal one out. I feel like you might have a special one, but I don't want to go hunt through the entire bag in case you don't, and then I feel silly. Basically, spending time going into the bag and there being no reason for it. So yeah, let me know if you know or not. I was just going to see a couple of Adepts continue to come through. It's going to be having the Stalkers coming about. Female Stalkers going both sides. Again, charge continuing up as well. Just going to see those Stalkers starting to poke in at the front as we do see a couple of Adepts going across the map. So Maxpax is going to be able to deal even more damage again. Is there no indicator at all that there's a stasis on the ground? Yeah, there's a slight shimmer. There's a slight blur. It's kind of difficult to see because it's like a stationary DT or a stationary observer. You know, when it's like that slight blur on the screen? It's just very difficult to spot when there's so much else going on. So, yeah, it's very easy to miss, especially on the... I feel like it's more difficult to spot it on the ground as well because it's like, it can just be almost anywhere and it interacts with the ground stuff as well. So yeah. And +2 attack still coming through as we have the Stalker's going to fight once more. Out of the mines, yeah, because with Widow Mines it's quite a noticeable, like, there's a different color on the ground, whereas with the Stasis Worlds, I'll try and get a moment where we can try and watch the vision, so I can maybe show it to you, if there's a moment that suits the example. But yeah, it's just more difficult to see. Relation there catches that observer. Yeah, the other thing is as well, for example, like a lot of the time when you spot an observer, it's because your units are moving under it and you notice the shimmer. Like, it's more obvious to see when stuff moves through it. But with the stasis ward, by the time that happens, it's already connected, right? So, and a lot of the time as well, it's as you move your camera around in those locations, but that doesn't happen because, like I say, the moment the stasis ward goes off, it goes off. It's not like you know, if you don't spot an observer straight away, you might still spot it a few seconds later, right? That doesn't happen with the stasis ward. By then, it's already gone. So, yeah, becomes a little bit interesting. We'll see if he removes into the center. I'll try and show you the way it looks. Yeah, right here. So you can see it's there. If you zoom in, it's just so difficult to spot. Yeah, so difficult to spot. 7 probes going down. We get a Zealot warp in, and we're actually going to jump onto this base as well. So Hero continues to look to deal quite a bit of damage right now. We're seeing the Zealots still going after the Immortals as well, so just continue to come through. That's kind of a weird fight, as Hero is going to be able to fight some of those Zealots, but now I feel like his army's getting surrounded on 3 different sides, so I feel like he's actually about to end up in a whole bunch more trouble. Still trying to fight this out, +2 attack coming through the Prism, and Gates continue to come in as well. The Zealots and Stalkers will continue to try and chase. Another nice stasis ward, catching a few more Stalkers as Hero just keeps walking into stasis after stasis. It's rough right now. It is very rough right now. Do you have our +2 attack upgrade in the Prism continue to come about, so we try and get that on the go. Got another couple of grabs as well. Down, see what else we can do here. Just continue to fight about. Just going to be seeing the Stalkers going to go after some Zealots once again. Just going to be having the units continue to get jumped on at the moment as we have ourselves the +2 attack. Not finished yet from here either. Maxpax has done enough, I think, to tie this series up and to put us to a 1-1 scoreline in this best-of-5 final. He's just going to keep on warping in, and he's just going to keep on trading units. He's not even going to aim for one of the other bases or anything. Doesn't see the need for that just yet. And I do not disagree. I think he's absolutely fine in doing this the way that he's currently doing it. As the Zealots and the Stalkers continuing across, just going to jump onto this Nexus now on the natural. So just going to get that going as well. Stalkers blink away, extra Zealots going to get warped in here, just going to be having a few more units continue to trade out. Archon's taking damage as well, so just a little bit more being done. Just going to be seeing the extra Zealots continue to come through. GG. Alright, so that one's going to go just like that. And we are going to have ourselves Maxpax tying this up 1-1 in the best of 5. So we get all tied up. We're heading into Neon Violet Square, so let's get this going. And jump into Neon Violet Square. Let's get this on the go as GLHF gets called. And we are going to go into game number 3. Alright, Maxpax and Hero getting going. Probe nibbling at another probe, so just trying to come through for some damage. Couple of nibbles going through. Some shots coming about. We're seeing the nibbles taking place. Talk on the Nexus. Neon Violet Square, kind of a big map as well. Definitely think that has some potential of being kind of intriguing. We've seen the Stalker here going to go after and pick off the probe, so the probe will go down. Again, Stargate coming up on the side of Maxpax, so he begins to get settled into that already. Get that up and rolling here for the moment. As the Stargate's coming through, the Nexus continue to come around. It's going to be having our Sentry and the Adept going to come about as well. It's just going to make their way over here. For a little bit as our Stalker and our Sentry continue to come over. I'm just going to be seeing the Stalker and the Sentry continue to take some damage. So some shots coming through. For a couple of moments. Phoenix is going to shoot. Oracle is going to get recalled. Just going to be seeing that Oracle going to have to get out of there as the Phoenix will shut that down nice and easily. Just going to be seeing a couple of Phoenix continue to move around, so again, getting settled here for a couple of moments. Just going to see that Phoenix flying up, a couple of those probes will go down as well, so some more damage being done. We've seen that blink, a couple of probes, the Oracle going to come back the other way, heading down to the bottom right-hand side as well. Just going to come straight across for a moment or two. As our Phoenix will continue to gather in, just going to get themselves a probe kill. Hero going to be sat here for a few moments as well. That's going to be again seeing everything else continue to get going. As a little revelation goes down, catches a couple of units too. Just going to get that set up. And yeah, Blink coming in, Forge on the way. Probe Facility, Chrono boosting that Immortal out for the moment as we speak. It's going to fire in. The Oracle actually going to get chased a little bit as well. It's just going to chase that the other direction as the Oracle's going to get jumped on, so the Oracle will fall. It's going to be seen again the Blink and So coming up as well. So continue to take this through for a couple of moments. Hallucination takes a dive into the main base to look to see just what's going on over there as well. We'll see our gateways continue to come about. Just going to be seeing the Phoenix still gathering together as well. Charge and that +1 attack upgrade continue to come through. The Prism is also on its way in. So that counts on the gateways coming back online for the moment. We'll see the Immortal and the +1 continuing up too, so yeah, a little bit of all of that coming about right here. I'm just going to drop a gateway down and resettle for a couple of moments again. As we do have our +2 attack and our charge upgrade continue to come about as well. The Phoenix are going to go and grab themselves a few probes as they come around the top, so Hero is able to keep doing damage. Maxpax trying to take the gold base here on Neon Violet Square as well, which is not, I think, immediately one of the things I would have guessed he would have tried to do, but going to try and make that happen, so let's see what goes on. Stalkers, the Hallucination continue to come about. Our +2 attack and the charge continue to come in as well. Here we go. Unit's going to come up this ramp. Just going to be seeing the Immortals. Going to be taking a couple of pings already. So a little bit of damage being done there right away. Again, Templar Archives and the gateways all continue to produce. Charge online. Gateway is still producing in as well. Just going to see the Stalkers there. Going to push the Phoenix back the other direction. So the Phoenix do get chased away. Out down the bottom as Maxpax continue to try and just deal with those. Does have a worker lead. 14 worker advantage. Hero with a massive army supply lead. 66 to 40 something. But what does that matter if you can't really do much? And again, Hero's on kind of 3 bases versus a Maxpax who's on 4 bases, including a gold and not a half base. So yeah, I mean, make of that what you will. But Maxpax is in a great position here. He just needs his army to catch up. The fact that Hero is sat back, I mean, with +2 finishing, I think he's just got to go, right? And I think he is pretty much realizing that himself as well as he starts to step out onto the map here. So yes, he's going to start going. Can he get across the map and make this a significant push in time is going to be our question. That is my question. Let's see if we get an answer to it. Because we are going to be seeing the cleanup on this gateway, but yeah, just keep going. There's no reason to stop right now. You've got 4 Mortals and 2 Archons versus pure Zealot Stalker. Yeah, quantity can be scary. Right now, you just got to go, because you've actually got the bigger army supply as well. It's not like your opponent's outmassing you. So yeah, you got to go right now here. If you don't go right now, this turns into quite a troubling situation for you, I think. So yeah, go, go, go. Let's see if we can get enough done as we move straight across. Just going to be seeing the +2 attack coming up. Again, the Archon, the Zealots coming through as well. Just going to be seeing this army coming all the way around the left-hand side. Going to go diving straight through. Just going to be seeing the Stalkers and the Immortals are going to be flanking away. Just going to be continuing to fight straight into this. Just going to be having our base just going down. So here already going to claim 1 base of Maxpax. Good start. Nice counterattack from Maxpax. Going to make Hero pay a little bit for the fact that he's over here and trying to deal some damage, right? So he's going to come through for some damage there. Continue to come about. Just going to be seeing the Stalkers still pushing. The Archons, Immortals, the Stalkers continue through too. Cybercore taking some shots. 16 probes. Continue to drop down. 17 probes dropping down, in fact. And +3 attack is coming in. The extra Zealots are all coming through. These units still pushing into this base. To me, Hero just still has the better army. Now, yeah, Maxpax has done some counter damage, but the worker count is going to end up equal here. Maxpax is going to end up basically being reliant on his gold base. As we do lose the Prism of Hero. That's a little bit scary. That's going to put him into a bit of a weird spot once more, where he might be a little skeptical about how this continues. There we go. Just going to see units diving in. Stalkers from the other side as well as we commit into this one, as we just have ourselves as much of a fight as we're going to get. The Immortals and the Archons will do their thing. And the Zealots on top of the Immortals? Not really. There's more Zealots from the right-hand side, man. Missing the Prism is such a big deal here. Here's Heroes finally reinforcements showing up. some Zealots of his own and an additional Immortal. He only has one Archon left, which is scary because that's the thing that gets rid of the Zealots easily. The Stalker's going to try and get some Immortals now as they take advantage of this. We come over here, there's a battery and a cannon, and Hero's like, oh my goodness, you've got yourself a freaking gold base. Well, extra units warp in. This is keeping Maxpax alive, but how long can it keep him alive for? I don't think it's going to be long enough, as they do have this continued push forward happening as we speak. Let's continue to come about. Thank you, by the way, True Cat Mysteries, 53-month resub this year. I'm thankful for WardiTV eSports. Shut up. Thank you so much for the resub. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. Could not do it without your support. That's serious when I say it. As our units press forward to your Hero, looking to retake his lead in this series over Maxpax. The Archons and the Immortals get the job done, and Hero is going to go up 2-1, and we have got ourselves potentially an upset on our hands because Maxpax is so good against Hero usually. Hero is looking to break a losing streak against Maxpax here today. And you know, he's going to have 2 maps to try and do it in. He just needs to win one of the next 2. And he's playing some good games as well, I think, is worth noting as well. I'm just going to drop the ads on, guys, and we will go. I'm also trying to get some decorations ready for the tree. Von and True Cat Mysteries. Thank you so much for the resubs. King's Cove, going to be map 4, by the way. Straight down into King's Cove. Maxpax waits for no one. Yeah, he's very ready to get into this. It'd be really good if I could tie this knot before the game starts. Put you guys on the tree. Close enough. Thank you so much, Von. Thank you so much, True Cat Mysteries. Welcome to the tree. So many empty branches. I'm just, for some reason today, honestly, today I feel like someone's taken off like a bunch of the decorations in the night, because I swear down, there was not all these empty branches before. Ay. Alright, in the top left, our red Protoss player is Maxpax. In the bottom right, our blue Protoss player is Hero. As we get this up and rolling. Well, here it uses the Phoenix in that last game to nullify Oracle Stasis play, maybe. Couple gates coming through across the board as we get settled into this one and get rolling in the next few moments. You got the probe coming about, just going to be coming around the back for a little bit. Again, Cyberclaws on the way. 2 gates from Hero while the single gate comes up from Maxpax, so maybe something to take note of for ourselves there, something to think on. We'll check in on that in a little bit. Still being chased around. Again, Cybercore's coming up. Gateways in production. Pylon here from Hero, obviously with 2 gates already building. Suggests that he's going to be just very aggressive here on King's Cove, and he is just going to send this. Again, Stargate building up. The Stalker coming through. A couple Stalkers on the way from Hero right now, so all of that coming by so far. That probe is going to nibble at the other probe and just push it around a little bit. So a little bit of damage being dealt. Zealot coming over, looking to try and deal some damage as well for the next few moments. Get that all underway. Stalker hits the Proby, so Proby going to take quite a bit of damage. Again, the Stargate still coming up, our Nexus and the Warp Gate coming through as well. finish up the Chrono Boost and let's go on getting a couple of gates and the sentries come online for a few moments here. Just gonna have our Nexus, the Stalker, the Oracle continuing into play. Nexus, the Void Ray, Warp Gate coming through. Stalker's going to hit the Zealot for a little bit as well as we go for some damage at the front, and we do have ourselves the Void Ray continuing to come about. It's going to be seeing the defense ready for Maxpax as Hero plays the straight up 4-gate to try and win this series and this WardiTV Monday Cup. Take on the grand prize today as the Oracle activates. Just going to be seeing the Probe getting healed back up by the battery for a little bit as well, so some damage being negated by the battery, but obviously it is draining battery energy. Eventually we'll run out of energy on the battery. Man, that's a lot of units here from Hero. He's going to get a pretty good dive towards the Void Ray. Doesn't go down. Big save from Maxpax. He absolutely needed to keep that alive. If you don't keep that alive, you end up in a lot of trouble. There's the rest of the Stalkers and the Sentry coming back through, and there is going to be the Pylon, so that will go down as well. Still got a battery coming up. Pylon on the way. Yeah, I mean, these units are just going to jump onto this Nexus as well. It's just going to get straight onto that one as we continue to chip our way through it. Damage continues to be done. Play cleanup. The Nexus goes down. Hero's just going to start the Twilight Council and prepare himself to kind of make use of the units that he's already made. Give those Stalkers blink and really improve their situation in the game and what they can get done. We get that ready to go. And again, the Robo Facility continues up. The Twilight Council still coming online. Probe also building through as our Hallucinate Colossus is going to provide high ground vision so we can start chipping away at a Pylon. I mean, you take anything you can get right now. That Force Field catches a Sentry of all things, funnily enough. Still not going to be good enough as we turn around, go the other way. Again, a couple of Void Rays are going to step through. The Stalkers will deal some damage in return. The Force Field's still going to be right there. The Blink coming online as we speak, and there is a Stasis Ward going to be denied as well. So good defense from Hero. Hallucination just takes a step in the main base. It's like, okay, I'm just going to see what you're up to. Just, you know, get a quick check on everything that's going on here. Make sure nothing's going, you know, away it shouldn't be. Wants to keep track of things. And Blink coming up, a Stalker on the Probe coming through. Twilight Council, Gateway, and Immortal all building as well. And the unit's still gathering for a little bit, as we do have our Void Rays still moving about. Twilight Council settles in again, that Blink coming up, Probe is on the way through. We're just going to head toward the main base. Hero might have to recall, but he doesn't actually have energy for recall, so he'll just have to see how many units he has. He doesn't have Blink just yet. Pylon going to be targeted to try and depower some gates. First Void Ray is low, so we get rid of that one quickly. We warp Stalkers into the position. Okay, well, these Stalkers are going to get the Voids. Going to kill at least 2 of the 3, which is not bad, and then the third one gets away. Oracle comes back in. Stalkers in position. We're about to have Blink as well. I mean, right now, you need to keep every tech unit up that you can as Hero, because without tech unit, as Maxpax, because without the tech units, you don't really survive against that Stalker count, especially now that they have Blink. That's 100% going to become a problem, so something to think on there. Is going to fly. He's going to be seeing the Hallucination moving around as we do have ourselves the Stalkers of Hero with map control now. Oh, leading the charge with the Stalker. Going to set up the Stasis Ward already. Hero playing well against the Stasis Ward. Well, I never. As the Stalkers continue to trade out. The Void Ray continues to come through as well. And we're seeing everything else pulling back over the bottom side as we have ourselves again the Blink coming up. All the Stalkers and the Nexus on the way over for now. You get that forge going. And next is about to finish. Probes and an observer continuing up as we speak. You'll see the stalkers in the center going to be there, going to deflect that oracle, so that gets turned around the other direction. Again, charge coming up, the probes in the temple archives coming through as well, +1 attack upgrade we'll be building on the side of hero. Charge, Prism, continue to come up on the line, +1 attack coming through here as you do have ourselves the gateway and the pylon continue to come up. So we got that all on the way, the couple of pylons continuing in. And next is coming through as well, as you just see the hallucination flying by in toward the main base, so keeping an eye on what's going on there. Again, +1 charge, +1 online, stalkers get underneath, hallucination will die. Gonna be a nice quick cleanup as the High Templar and the Prism continue to come through. Again, charge and +1, both are building here for now. The Oracle goes to the upper right-hand side, just going to be pulling back there. And King's Cove going to start developing into just a bit of a macro game after the way this all started. Maxpax even going to be faster to the third base than Hero is. I mean, I really did not expect Hero to be in any sort of a trailing position. I feel like what he did was great. I mean, Maxpax defended, but I really felt like Hero was going to get more done when he got to Blink, but that didn't happen. And now, he does have a much faster charge. We'll see if he can utilize that at all. If that turns into like an army across the map that can maybe make an impact. Would not be the craziest thing to have happened here, so yeah, we will see. Be having the charge coming up, +1 attack coming in, the +2 on the side of Hero. I mean, Hero has his advantages, right? For example, the +2 attack is a pretty huge advantage as well. Definitely something that helps you out as we just have charge and the +1 coming through, the couple of probes coming online. Gateway starts up on the side of Maxpax. Nexus drops in the front, so that fourth base comes down, +2 comes up on the side of Hero, about halfway done at the moment. Just going to be seeing the +1 coming through on the side of Maxpax as well, so that continues to get into play. And we just have that charge also producing on in. Again, Gateway and the Assimilator coming online. +2 coming over, Stalker's going to blink underneath and get themselves a little grab as well. More units going to get warping in, just going to be seeing the Archons coming over, the Immortals setting up, and we get the +2 attack upgrade still coming by here as the extra gates and the Nexus coming up, the Immortal on the way, about to finish, and the battery is also about to be done on the side of Hero as well. Stalkers blink through, Archons, the Immortal, the Sentries continue to go across the other side. Those Stalkers will continue to be chased for a little bit. Dark Shrine starts from Maxpax. So let's see the Stalker's going to try and fight, so a few more hits coming over. Again, our Nexus building, our +2 attack on the way out. Dark Shrine just continuing through. I mean, Hero pressing forward and looking pretty good as he attacks on in. The Stalker's going to take a lot of shots. The Stasis only catches a handful of Zealots. Once again, Hero is just on this army that's so much better. Having the Archon specifically right now, but DTs could definitely mess up his day, and that's what Maxpax is going to, is a bit of a save me right now, please. Situations, so he will try and get that going as the Stalker Archon sets up. A couple force fields drop onto the position. Stasis Sword catching a few units over onto the right. Again, just going to be having that +2. Our mortals continue to come about right here. Two shots coming about. I mean, Hero just setting up and being very cautious with his army. He is not far away from finally breaking a losing streak against Maxpax. Let's see if he can do it right now as we have ourselves the couple of Zelds getting chased around. Stalker's chasing through. A lot of units here that's going to keep on pressing forward, and yeah, not really much else to say about that one. This does seem as though we're just going to be seeing Hero pushing straight up this ramp, and he is looking as though he is going to beat Maxpax in this series. Straight up, in we go. Finally getting the better of Maxpax. It has taken a hot second. Honestly, it's been a while since this came around. I mean, it has been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 series. 14 series since Hero beat Maxpax. He's not beat him since February. That's a pretty ridiculous status. Hero gets an upset for the WardiTV Cup simply for the fact that obviously it is a it is Maxpax that usually comes out and wins these events and looks very good in doing so. So there's a little bit of an upset in that regard. And that is going to be it for us today, my friends. That is going to round us out. Thank you so much for watching. It was an absolute pleasure to be here and bring you guys a whole bunch of the action once again. As always, thank you so much for joining us for another WardiTV Monday event. Again, would not be able to do this without you guys, so thank you so much in that regard. So, yeah, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Tomorrow, so let me just tell you what's coming up the next couple of days. First of all, we're going to be warming up tomorrow with the Christmas Eve games. So tomorrow you will get the following matches. Which is, these are just show matches. We're going to do it in this order, apparently. Cure versus Nightmare, Elazer versus Estrella, Arstum versus Spirit, and Bunny versus Trap. I think there's a fun few matches in there. We're going to be playing those tomorrow. So yeah, that's tomorrow. Set up show matches. And then the day after, the WardiTV Christmas Day games. This tournament, like I said, I've already pre-recorded these ones. I already know how these games go. They're fun. Definitely come and check out Hero versus Gumiho, Clem versus Solar, Maxpax versus Shin, and Beon versus Dark in some best of fives, and then semifinals and grand finals to follow. These games have totaled over 8 hours of content pretty much from my calculations. I'm about to export the final video as the stream goes offline now, actually. So yeah, it's going to be a great day on Christmas Day, and I hope you guys join us for that. I'll be live on Twitch and on YouTube on both days for those events. GG. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you tomorrow for more StarCraft 2. Like I say, with the Christmas Eve games and then the Christmas Day games the day after. You guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for being here. And I'll see you guys next time. So long, farewell. And a set of ads on the outro. I think we'll host a Brody. I think he's casting today. So I'll see you guys later. Bye!